With Brian and Jeff, oh, the night's set to unfold. It's high school football stories to be told. Friday stars under the lights, they come alive. Stand up, get ready for the high school dive. Grizzlies in the spotlight, to their charm. Grizzlies thrive on. It's time to high five. Hit the field, let's run. Grizzlies in the spotlight. Yeah, it's time to roll. Big drums kicking. Rock, rock, Grizzlies charge. Defense strong and offense large. Helmets clash in the small town dome with Brian and Jeff. It's the Grizzlies' home. The crowds roar, echoing beyond the night sky. All fired up, we're set to watch the Grizzlies fly. Yamhill today, it's where we stand with pride. With our Grizzlies marching, it's a thrilling ride.
It's time for high school football live on yamhilltoday.com and KLYC AM 1260. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Willamette Valley Medical Center. Edward Jones, thanks to Bethany Ablin. Big Box returns. Les Schwab of McMinnville. Andrew Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Colvin Ford Nissan. Macy & Son Funeral Directors. And KLYC Radio, AM 1260. Thanks for all your sponsorship, and thanks for joining us today for McMinnville High School football. It's time to go out to the stadium. Here's Brian and Jeff. And welcome to Lebanon High School. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. For tonight's actions, the McMinnville Grizzlies are on the road here at Lebanon High School, and welcome to Heath Stadium. Jeff, should be a fun one here tonight.
It's going to be a really fun one tonight, Brian. We are right in the middle of all the action, let's just say that. You may be able to hear the speakers right off to our left. You'll get to know all the players' names really good, not only by our announcing, but the head announcing. And, well, it's just been really nice to come down here, Brian. They've been so nice to us. The home radio station, the athletic director, the PA announcer, just really been really welcoming to us tonight. So it's going to be a fun night. It's a beautiful night. Great atmosphere here at Lebanon High School in the central Willamette Valley.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. And, Jeff, you say we're in the middle of it. You're underestimating that. I mean, we're going to have the speaker all night long.
Yeah.
We've got the fans for the home Lebanon student section right to our left.
Yeah.
The band right below us.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
Maybe some fans just to your right, and then we have a perfect atmosphere tonight. Must be neon night, Brian, as I look over to our left at the probably the student section there. Lots of neon tonight. It is homecoming. We found that out.
Yes.
So we will have homecoming festivities at the halftime event. But this is going to be a fun one, Brian, with the band right in front of us. And hopefully people can hear us throughout the game as we try and call the action here. But it is a beautiful night. The sun just getting ready to set off to my left. And just a fun place to come play football. Haven't been here in a very long time to call a game, so excited to be back at Lebanon High School tonight.
Well, it should be fun to see how the Grizzlies come out, because unfortunately we have to talk about last week's game. It was a tough one.
It was a tough one, Brian. They led at halftime 14-12, but the second half was not as good as the first half, as they had a couple turnovers and just really seemed to have a hard time stopping the run last week, as Campos had over 210 yards rushing in that game last week, and he was a man-child for West Salem. The quarterback didn't do too bad passing either. I think he had 4 incompletions the entire game, 2 of those interceptions by McMinnville in the first half. So that's behind us. That's in the rearview mirror. Tonight we're going to see a team that is a little bit different. It's the 5A level, Brian, but that doesn't mean that they're not a good football team. Of course, Ty Tomlin coming back home, coming back to where he helped lead Lebanon to a 5A championship 5, 6, 7 years ago. So he's very familiar with this football stadium, this atmosphere. But tonight, McMinnville's really got to get some things going. Donahue had a good game last week, over 100 yards, as did nice to see Bryce Wilson back in the lineup, Brian. He had 3 touchdown receptions, over 100 yards receiving last week. And Kane Sullivan almost 100 yards rushing last week. Passing was in that 50 to 60% range, which is what I think they need for McMinnville to be very successful. Just some inopportune turnovers at the wrong time, and drives that kind of stalled and didn't go as far as maybe they could have. So we put that in the rearview mirror. West Salem's done. They're on to other things. McMinnville's on to the Lebanon Warriors tonight.
The Lebanon Warriors are a team that notorious like to run the ball.
Yes.
They like to beat you up in the trenches.
Yep. And they've got some good offensive linemen, Brian. Number 65, Isaac Jordan. He's not very big. He's only 6 foot, 250. But from what I was told before the game, as I was doing a little bit of intel with the opposing radio station, he's a wrestler and is very, very strong. So look for him. And then number 72, Bradley Beard. He's a senior, 5'9", 230. They don't have a lot of height on the offensive line, but they got strength, and that's going to be what they're going to do, try and open up holes for the running back. Of course, tonight they're going to be led on the field by quarterback Bryson Edwards, and the running back tonight, the main running back is going to be Cade Weber. He's a 5'11", 180-pound running back out of the backfield, Brian, and they have been able to get some yardage. Lebanon comes in 1-2, McMinnville 2-1. Lebanon's had some close games, as has McMinnville. So it's going to be interesting to see tonight which team can kind of come out and really do the things that they want to do both on offense and defense.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see how the Grizzlies respond after their loss last week at West Salem.
Yeah.
And really, I think how Kane responds. If Kane is going to, what kind of game he's going to have, and what Lebanon is going to try to do against Mr. Sullivan.
Yes, and, if you can stop Kane, you still got Donahue, you got Wilson. I like the swing passes that they did out to Wilson. He's got speed, Brian, something this team has lacked those first couple games, and it was evident last week as he was able to score on some pretty long touchdown catches. So it's going to be a good thing to have him back again tonight for McMinnville. It gives you kind of a three-headed monster that Lebanon's got to prepare for tonight on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, it should be a fun night as we are just moments away as we're waiting for the Grizzlies to come out, and it's like they're getting ready to do the national anthem early.
Yeah.
And the Grizzlies aren't here yet, but we'll kind of hold it off here. We'll take our first break here in just a second. But looking forward, Jeff, to see how the Grizzlies respond, and then really what they do defensively.
100% right, Brian, as they got to, last week they really struggled against the run. You can't sugarcoat that on the defensive side of the ball. But West Salem had good running backs, good offensive line that were creating holes. You step down just a level, down to 5A. The difference is not going to be huge, but there may be a difference there that McMinnville certainly has a size advantage height-wise across the front of the line on both offensive and defensive side. The question is, can they open up some holes? Can they get the offense moving down the field on those long sustained drives like they like to do?
Another factor, Ty Tomlin. Coach there.
Yeah, I mentioned it just a little earlier in the pregame discussion here. Yes, he knows what it's like to play at Lebanon, although he's normally been on the near side, not on the far side. So coming in here as a former coach, I don't think any of these players would probably know Ty unless they were involved in like the youth program when Ty was here, but certainly not as a head coach. But is that an additional motivation factor tonight for Ty and the McMinnville Grizzlies, but also for the Lebanon Warriors to say, hey, you left us. You went to a bigger school. We're going to show you how it goes tonight.
All righty. The Grizzlies are getting ready to come. They're going to do the national anthem here. We'll take a break. Don't go away. We've got more exciting, fun stuff from the pregame show coming up right after this here on YamHillToday.com and KLYC.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process, from low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement. They are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
National Anthem here on YamHillToday.com. Also listening to us live on AM 1260 KLYC McMinnville as we get ready, Jeff. What a great atmosphere here for tonight's action here at Heath Stadium.
Yeah, it was a really nice rendition of the Star Spangled Banner there, Brian, by the choir from Lebanon High School. As you can see off in the distance, it's quite a jaunt from the field to the locker rooms, as McMinnville just coming into view over on the far side of the field, coming out to the field. We've still got about 3.5 minutes to go before kickoff. But McMinnville a little late getting out, but that's okay. You know, that's part of what being a visiting team is. You can come out when you want to. So it's going to be a good game tonight. Both teams getting ready to see who's going to get the kickoff here to start the game tonight.
As you can see, the Grizzlies are coming over. They're on the far side and just getting to their sideline as the crowd's still filtering in here. Should be a good-sized crowd here tonight. Great action. A perfect night for a football game.
Yep. Other than it's a little breezy, but, you know, that's okay. It's perfect night. We got some beautiful clouds just off in the distance. The sun just going down here to my left. Little pink hue on the right side off in the mountains there. This is a great setting for a football game tonight, Brian, in the Mid-Willamette Valley. And glad to have everybody here with us on YamHillToday.com as well as 1260 KLYC radio. So I'm excited. I'm ready to get this game on. I want to see how McMinnville reacts after the tough loss last week at West Salem.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And how they respond, that's going to be the key. And hopefully they can respond and make some good things happen. And it's going to have to be done quickly on the offensive side of the ball.
As the captains get ready to meet at the middle of the field for the coin toss. Let's see if who wins the toss here. And both teams shaking hands, of course, doing the pleasantries at the middle of the field, as they like to say. As the student section's in the house now, you can certainly hear them.
Oh, yes, you can.
And that's awesome. I always love rowdy student sections. It's just fun. It makes me think of like when you were in high school at McNary, how rowdy that student section was.
It was fun.
It was a rowdy student section.
And that's what makes it fun, you know. And we kind of joke, you know, we got to sit in the stands, which we are sitting in the stands, folks. I should show you a shot of that. Yeah. But it's actually one of the more fun atmospheres when you get to do that.
It is fun because you're like close to the fans. You get to hear the noise a little bit better. And again, the fans have been just great to us here so far tonight. Brian and I look for a fun game tonight, being in the stands and hearing the cheering and the booing. And it looks like Lebanon won the toss and has elected to defer. So I'm going to assume that McMinnville's going to take the ball to start this game. And the officials get the guys straightened out here as to who's going to be on west side. Looks like McMinnville's going to be moving from the east to the west. This football stadium's a little bit normal. Normally it's a north-south football stadium. This is more of an east to west football stadium, and the wind right now is blowing kind of in from the west, northwest. A little bit.
A little bit.
We'll see if that affects the game tonight as tonight goes on. I imagine maybe the wind will die down once the sun's totally out of the sky.
Well, we'll see. The sun is starting to go away as we get ready, and now it's just ready for kickoff. We're about 30 seconds away from that, and let's see how the Grizzlies can respond, as we keep talking about.
Yeah.
But it's going to be key. And, you say, hey, we're playing a 5A school.
Yeah.
This is a good 5A school, notoriously.
Yeah, good 5A school. Back in the day, it was a 3A, 4A school when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And they've put some players not only into the Pac-12, but a couple guys may have played in the NFL from back in the day.
Mr.
Yates, and I believe Eric Castle
yes.
went to school here. So there have been some good football players in the past. Let's see how they look tonight as they get ready to take the field.
All righty, as we get ready to go, the Grizzlies are going to be in their white tops, red pants, and their white uniforms, of course, the red accents and the red numbers. And the Lebanon Warriors will be in their Lebanon blue, which is a little bit different for us.
It is. They were red back in the day
when
I was playing at McKay. I do want to say thank you again, OSAA, for the numbers.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you, OSAA, for the numbers.
Easy to read.
Very easy to read.
All righty, as we get ready for the kickoff, and the Warriors will be kicking.
We talked about it on the way down to the game, Brian. The special teams have been a thing of concern for McMinnville. Let's see what Lebanon decides to do here as they get ready to kick off.
All right, as we get ready to kick, but we've got, an official timeout. Grady Cox will be the kicker for the Warriors.
The referee sending off number 21 from McMinnville for some reason, not sure why. But that is Henry Seahaver getting shown the boot. Bryce Wilson comes in for him, so that's not a bad change.
No.
Wilson, one of the fastest, if not the fastest players on the McMinnville Grizzly team. So
just interesting they're sending them off that quickly.
That was weird. I don't know if he didn't have a mouthpiece or what, but the official pointed right at him and said, "You out of here, boy."
Here we go. Cox with the kick. It's going to be a long kick, and it's going to be almost taken at the 10, but then over the head and into the end zone. And I believe that was Wyatt. Was that Ackley?
Back in the backfield?
Yes.
Yes, I believe
Okay, because now they're doing the switched jerseys.
Yes.
So Donahue is now
number 6.
6, and then Ackley is 0.
Yes.
So
I believe so. At least that's the way it looked in the warm-ups.
Or he's number 6, I should say. So,
yeah.
All right. We'll get it all figured out.
We will.
As we get ready here, Jeff's going to get that going. And we do have a couple polls in the way, so you might see a few of those swing by. But here we go. Here is Sullivan, shotgun formation for the Grizzlies. As always, he's going to hand off to Donahue, and he's going to be taken down almost immediately. And maybe he lost a gain of a yard, I should say, to the 21-yard line. And that was a quick takedown by the defensive line of the Warriors.
Well, we talked about the defensive line, Brian. Right away, Isaac Jordan and Bradley Beard in on the play for Lebanon, the two stalwarts on that defensive front. So they are making their presence known early in the game.
Bryce Wilson, single coverage here on the near side. That might be something that Sullivan wants to maybe look at as they are showing blitz, and they are going to have an offsides. It looked like that quickly. Ashton Daly may have jumped, and they are going to mark it off. It is going to go against the Warriors, and so Grizzlies, we'll take it, right?
You'll take it. Now it's 2nd and 4. Maybe a long 4, but now 2nd and 4. You'll take that as the pole does get in the way. Sorry about that, but
do what you can do.
Do what you can do.
Sullivan's going to keep it. He's going to spin around. He's going to get hit once, twice, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of a couple, maybe to the 27-yard line, so it could be a gain of 1. This Lebanon Warrior defense swarming so far early in this ball game.
And that was an interesting move because they were going to run an option here to the near side, and I don't know what Kane saw to spin back into the middle like that. But he did and was only able to pick up one. I don't know if there was somebody out there on the coverage with Donahue to take away the pitch man. But I don't want to say a big play here in the ball game, but it is it's early. 11 or 10:45 to go. It's a little early.
Well, you're probably going to ask Sullivan to do something from the air here as you've got Wilson in motion now to the far side. Sullivan's going to be throwing it, and he gets it. He gets the receiver, just kind of slant up the middle. It is caught. And, Jeff, we don't have much light in here, do we?
Nope, that's Jace Matlock with the reception just on a little 7-yard, 8-yard in route, Brian. And a really nice job by Kane to stay calm in the pocket.
Right.
I noticed last week's game when I watched it on the replay, he had the happy feet again at times, and that was a good job just to stand in there and trust the wide receiver was going to get open and move the chains for the first down for McMinnville.
All righty, that's a good thing. Way to move the chains, as you said, Jeff. And here we go. Sullivan looking He's got 2 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near side. He's going to hand it off in the backfield. No, he's going to keep it. He's going to go here on the near side. Fakes everybody out, and he slowly gets to the 40-yard line. Took a long time to get there, but he got a 6-yard gain as he gets to the 41s where they're going to mark it. Nice job by Kane faking everybody out and making the right decision there. And that's something they've relied upon a lot from Mr. Sullivan.
Yes, it is. That hold that ball in the mesh point for a long time. Faked everybody out, including me, because I followed Donahue up the middle. That was the wrong play by the cameraman there. But, hey, second and long 3 here. Kind of opens up everything with single coverage way on the far side of the field. Let's see if this is a passing down. Now they rotate over some safety help over the top.
Here we go. Sullivan, shotgun formation. He's going to go. He's going to look to the right. He's going to throw a little screen pass, and it's going to go to Wilson, and nothing there. In fact, it's going to be a loss. That pass may have been behind the line of scrimmage as they mark it back at the 39. Good job defensively by the Warriors to get there and swarm it. In fact, give credit, once again, Jeff, I can't even see without the light, but that's going to be Logan Large. Lance Large, who is probably here in attendance here today. I went to school with Lance.
That's
so there
awesome.
you go, yeah.
And I was going to say, that play last week against West Salem worked a couple times for 30-plus yard gains, including a touchdown to Wilson. So Lebanon obviously well prepared on defense for that play.
They've watched some film there,
Yes,
haven't they?
have.
All right, here we go. 3rd down now for the Grizzlies. Big 3rd down play as the Warriors are showing blitz. And here is a high snap, but they hand it off. Not a good decision to hand off because everybody was right there. Didn't have a chance as Donahue.
Yeah, well, again, it was those 2 big fellas, Brian. Isaac Jordan and Bradley Beard just kind of clamped down that entire middle of the line, and there was no chance for Donahue to get anything on that one. McMinnville did a good job, though. 4 minutes off the clock. It's something that they always like to do is to shorten the game by limiting possessions, and they're going to have to hold the ball for 4 minutes.
Well, they're down to the 8-minute mark now, and here is the punt. It's a high punt, and it's going to be a fair catch called by Large, and it's going to be down at the 33-yard line. Took a lot of time off, Jeff. We're at 7:54 now in the first quarter. However,
that was not It was not a great start. I would have expected a little bit more from McMinnville, quite honestly, wanting to take early control of the game, but they moved the ball about 20 yards and had the punt. Let's see what Lebanon comes out now, and what they want to do is establish the ground and pound here, Brian.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be the key now is to see what your linebackers can do to stop that, and then watch out for the out pattern because they will throw the ball too after they try to keep it on the ground for a long time. As we come to action now. And here is a fake, and they're going to go to the air right away. Double bump, triple bump, throws up, has a receiver wide open, caught. It's going to be a first down on Moore, and still running. He's got one guy to beat over on the far side, and that's Zane Cox. And there's a flag comes flying in, and Zane gets into the end zone, touchdown. But there is a flag late on that play.
Beautiful play, Brian, but a better run by the receiver after he caught the ball to scamper about 50 yards after the catch. You do see a marker right down about the 12-yard line. You wonder if that's going to be some sort of block in the back and bring him back out of the end zone, maybe back to the 20, 22-yard line or something like that. But a beautiful play on first play from scrimmage for the Warriors.
Yeah, it was a good job of double pumping. I said triple pumping, and he did, and he bit every time. The guy in the back, the defender, just kept coming in every time he did that, and that just allowed him to open him up, and he had a wide open shot. Unfortunately for the Warriors, though, the penalty is going to bring it all back and bring it back to the 28-yard line.
Yep, it was a crackback block, Brian, on the run down the field. But still, that gives you an idea of what Lebanon can do on offense very quickly.
Yeah. Quickly and effectively, as we are still trying to get all the names in here. And is that Bryson Edwards? It is their quarterback. Edwards is going to hand it off and going right through and up the middle and breaking tackles. And a nice effective run there is Cade Weber.
Cade Weber was the guy that we were told before the game is their stud running back. And right there, he carries a pile with him down the field as Lebanon right up on the line of scrimmage and ready to go here. And so far, McMinnville seems a little overmatched on that line, Brian, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
We're at 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, and they throw it immediately and just incomplete. Tried to throw a little screen pass to Trayton Hayslip, and Edwards' pass was just poorly thrown, throws to the ground about 5 yards in front of the receiver.
Yeah, I think he felt like there was more pressure on him than actually was there. If he would have taken a little more time, he could have hit the receiver in stride.
First quarter, 6:56 to go here in the first quarter. First possession here for the Warriors, and it's going to be a handoff. And pounding his way there is Weber once again. We're going to say that name a lot here tonight, as Jeff said. And Weber with a pretty good run there and a big pickup. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 3.
Well, PA is going to say 3. Well, I'm going to say 4. It looks like 4 from here, but what do
does.
I know? I'm a lot further away, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go as they're going to hand off. No, it's going to be a keeper, and trying to go on the left side is Edwards, and Edwards is going to be close. They're within the 9. Not sure how close he is, though, Jeff.
Maybe a yard and a half short. Yeah, you're going to be about a yard short.
Okay.
4th and 1. Big play here for McMinnville. Let's see what they decide to do.
6:08 to go in the first quarter and counting.
Oops,
Jeff's going to get you in close.
Sorry.
Here we
There
go.
we
And you got Edwards and Weber in the backfield. And Edwards going to keep it. He's going to follow Edwards' block, cuts it up, and he's going to go into the end zone touchdown. Just like that, 9-yard run by Edwards. Did a good job of just scampering through. And he followed his blocker to a point and then cut it up and gets the score.
Great job there following the hole that opened up in front of him, Brian, as he just took a keeper to the right side. And, boy, that offensive line did a great job of opening up some nice running rooms, and he had a great pass on the first play of the game. So that's a good start for Lebanon right there.
Yes, it is. As they go, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, Lebanon has struck first, and they lead by a score of 7-0. Don't go away. We've got more coming up here on YamhillToday.com.
Hello, everybody. Scott here from Big Box Returns, and can you smell it? I can. Football season is in the air, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it that Ty Tomlin is coming back as coach, and he is going to bring us to the promised land, to the victory that we all deserve. While we're waiting, come on down to Big Box Returns and buy a toaster, maybe a refrigerator, maybe a rug. Who knows? We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill Today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
As we come back here to Heath Stadium, here is the kick. And, Jeff, it's one of those squib kicks that we've seen quite a bit teams do against the Grizzlies.
It is. They started the game with the normal kickoff, Brian, but then I think they were trying to see if McMinnville would maybe be a little asleep at the wheel, so to speak, but they weren't, and so McMinnville's going to have the ball just outside the 37-yard line. Pretty good field position to start this second drive of the game, trailing 7-0.
All righty, with 5:50 to go, the Grizzlies come out here, and it is a little difficult to see the numbers just because, well, not the numbers, but the rosters.
Yeah.
So as we come up here, shotgun formation behind the pole there as Sullivan throws it in the backfield. Donahue's going to get it, and he's going to be spun down. And a good job there defensively once again by the Warriors. Jeff, their speed has impressed me. Hayslip right there with a good tackle.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. They got pretty good speed on the outside, Brian. Something that West Salem didn't quite have all game long. And so far, Lebanon taking away those quick passes to the outside, which is limiting yardage gains. It's only a 1-yard pass on that play.
Well, here we go with 5:16 and counting. Grizzlies trail by a score of 7-0. Sullivan's back there, and he's going to hand it off, and he's going to keep it, and he gets tripped up and fumbles backwards and loses a lot of yardage. In fact, 5-6 yards back to the 34-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, that defensive front, Brian, for Lebanon is doing an outstanding job beating the blocks, and they're just a snap quicker than McMinnville is so far, and clogging all the lanes. McMinnville's offensive line really not being able to open up many holes so far.
There you are, exactly right on that, and that's going to be the key, and that's going to make Sullivan go to the air more often, as he's going to have to now, 3rd down and 14. He's got trips here on the near side. He's going to roll here to the near side. He's going to look. He's going to double pump. He's going to try to lead his receiver. Hit off his helmet and incomplete as the ball goes way up in the air. And that was Luis Mendoza, the intended receiver. Got a bullet thrown and hit his helmet and went way up in the air. And that's what happened last week. Tip drill and interceptions. And that almost happened that time. Yeah,
and that's one of those times when maybe a little more touch, a little more finesse than the fastball from Kane might have resulted in a 1st down by Mendoza. But as it is, McMinnville going to punt for the 2nd time in this 1st quarter from somewhat deep in their own end zone.
Well, on the 20-yard line, end zones, 20-yard line, they're going to get it off, and they do get another high punt, and a pretty good punt. They're going to try to return it, and it's caught and almost dropped there by Large. He's going to be spun around. He's still on his feet, though. He's still here to the 35, the 40. He's going to be hit, the 50. No, still 30. 20, 10, no flags, touchdown. Logan Lard with the score. And back here's a dejected Wilson, just frustrated with that. And that was a huge return.
That was. Well, McMinnville had him stopped, Brian. They almost had him tackled, but no stopping on the return by Lebanon. And he just waltzed down the sideline for about a 70-yard return on the play. And, boy, this is not the start that McMinnville wanted, trailing now 13-0, 14-0, pending this extra point.
As they get on to kick that extra point now, and, that's a tough one. As we have another flag, and the kick is off the crossbar, I believe. The referee did catch it, but they are going to talk about it now. And let's see what they decide.
I'm going to go for 2 here, I'm going to guess. Offsides on the defense.
There you go.
So it will not surprise me if they go for 2 here.
Yeah, this is not what the Grizzlies ordered up here on the road.
Not at all.
Beautiful night, though.
Yeah,
we got that so far.
We do have that.
Unfortunately, our score is 13-0, pending the 2-point conversion now with 4:03 to go as they bring back on Edwards.
Yep.
And
new running back in the backfield.
They got a fullback back there.
Yep, that is Carlos Villafania Garcia.
There you go. Here they go, and Edwards is going to throw the ball. He's looking to the right, looking still. He's going to keep it. He's going to be taken down, and the 2-point conversion is no good. All right, 4:03 left to go in the 1st quarter. It has been the Warriors. They strike first, and they strike again. They lead 13-0. Don't go away. We got our final break here in the 1st quarter coming up right now.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you. A trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process, from low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement. They are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
As we come back, and just like that, Jeff, another squib punt. Grizzlies don't do much with it, but I guess the good thing is they got on top of it.
They did get on top of it, but Lebanon going to the well a second time to try and get another cheap possession right there, but McMinnville able to get on it and start again now from their own 32, 33-yard line.
All righty, here we go once again. Let's see if the Grizzlies offense can get in motion now. They're going to hand it off, get that run game going. Donahue gets it. No, it's going to be keeper by Sullivan. He brings it across the 50, the 40. One guy to beat to the 20. He's going to beat him. 10, 5, touchdown. Kane Sullivan with a huge run. 65, 66 yards. What an answer there.
We got a shootout now, Brian. He made the right call there. I thought he had handed it off to Donahue off to the left side, and I saw a flash through the middle of the field. I'm like, I think I better follow him with the camera on that one. And great play there. Great answer by McMinnville because, quite honestly, the first two possessions were not very good.
Great play call. They saw something there, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
All right.
A lot of open green space in front of us.
Yes. Wilson now is going to kick the extra point. Here it is. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We're going to keep it right here. What a start to this ball game we had. And I would say, Jeff, at first, if you're the Grizzlies fan, you're like, oh, man, but that run by Sullivan changes everything.
That was a great answer right there, Brian. You saw the speed that he has in the open field, and he made a great decision to pull that ball out of Donahue's belly and go through the hole that was in front of him and race to the near pylon for the touchdown.
A lot going on with 3:49 to go here in the first quarter. And if you're Coach Tomlin, you saw something there in his staff, and then that's the key, and that's what they needed right there.
Well, and for the first time, that offensive line really opened up a hole that somebody could get through. Let's be honest about that. Maybe a coach might have got into some ears on the far side of that offensive line. Let's see how the defense responds here, Brian. That's a key for me because Lebanon has had a pretty easy time on their first possession moving down the field to score. So let's see how McMinnville now responds.
All righty, as we get ready here, Wilson is going to kick it. Large is back to receive. And I'll tell you, if I had some light, I could tell you the other guy was. And I think that's going to be Halsey. It is Zach Halsey.
And this near official, again, sending somebody off the field for some reason. I don't know what he's doing. Is
that Ben McKay going off? I think so.
Yeah, but in comes somebody else to replace him on the kickoff.
That's Christian Belding.
Yeah, I don't understand what that official is looking for, but he saw something for the second time and sent a player off.
There's an emphasis on some rule that we'll talk about, I'm sure, sometime. Here we go. And Wilson's like, okay, I will try this again. Here is the kick, and it's going to be taken at about it's going to let it bounce, and it's going to bounce forward. They got to get on top of it at the 5, goes across the 10, and then spun around. And Halsey didn't do a good job.
No.
He was just going to let it sit there. And fortunately for him, he picked it up.
I think he might have thought it was a punt at first, and as high as it was. And he did the right thing to get on that ball. And good job by the coverage team for McMinnville to pin them deep inside their own 20-yard line at the just shy of the 17-yard line. It looks like they're going to put it down.
All right, of course, Grizzlies now defensively. Let's see what they can do. As this Lebanon Warrior offense has had pretty much their way with everything.
They have. And it was an easy first drive for them, and then, of course, the 70-yard punt return or so. This time they come out with trips to the right.
Here we go, shotgun formation for Edwards. He's going to look here to the right, and they're going to maybe do a screen. He's going to fake it right up the middle. It is a little screen pass, and you got Landon Fay crossing there, and he misses them, but it's going to be a nice catch, and it's going to be a nice reception, and an even better run for about 13 yards. Nice, solid play call there by the Warriors.
Oh, it was. They bring 3 wide receivers here to the near side, get everybody flowing this way, and then come back to the left with that little dump over the top of the line there to get a 13-yard play, and that's where you get that flow going.
Right.
Brian, you get everybody coming to the near side, and you go back to the far side. It's a great play call.
3:35 as the clock is stopped. Our score is 13-7. Warriors in the lead. And it's going to be a keeper here by Edwards. Going to go around the right side. He's going to cut it up. Gets across the 40, 45, 50. One guy to beat. He's going to knock him out of bounds. I believe that's Wilson. It does. Wilson with a touchdown-saving tackle. Pushes him out at the 40-yard line.
Boy, he's got some speed too, doesn't he, Brian? He made the right call to pull that ball. Very similar to what Kane Sullivan did on the last possession for McMinnville. Clock stops with 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. And if you would have told me this was going to be a track meet, I might not have believed you.
Well, we kind of jokingly said something about it.
We did.
To the guys over here, jokingly.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting one right now. Here we go with 3:26 to go, as Jeff said. Here's going to be a handoff. Going to roll around the right side and just being a physical runner.
Yeah. Villafania Garcia there again with the catch, or with the run.
And he just puts his head down and goes forward. He does not stop. They've got the other guy in the back as well who's got the speed as we are approaching the 3-minute mark to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and he's only 5'9", 190, Brian. He looks bigger than that, though, from up here in the stands.
It's the pads.
It is the pads.
Now he's going to go over to the slot position, a little protection. No, they're going to hand off the ball to him. He's going to just put his head down and roll right up the middle, and he's going to pound his way for about 3 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2 as they get to the 32-yard line.
Kind of that misdirection where you hand the ball off really quick and the quarterback pretends like he's throwing the ball out to the left side to try and draw that defense to the left side. Pretty good job there by the front to limit that to about a 3-yard gain now as we're at the post right in our middle of our view.
Well, if you can read the sign, it's hard to read, but no sunflower seeds.
Darn it.
Yeah, so that's the top one.
Yeah.
And so just so you know.
And it said, do not walk on the seats, which I mean.
I couldn't even read.
Yeah.
It's a little dark up here, but it's fun. It's fun. It's like, we're just hanging out at a football game, right? They're going to throw it to the far side, and the ball goes to incomplete. They tried to throw a little out pattern there, and as I'm trying to use the light on my computer to tell you, that is Zach Halsey. And Halsey drops it. Going to bring up 4th down. Interesting play call now with 4th and 3 for the Warriors.
You kind of feel like this could be a potential momentum shift for McMinnville if they can stop Lebanon on this play.
2:08 to go. Edwards shotgun formation. 2 receivers over on the far side. And here we go. Hard snap, trying to draw them off sides. Didn't work, so what will they do? They call a timeout?
Yep.
They will. We'll keep it right here with 2:08 to go. Score is 13-7 in favor of Lebanon. And Jeff with 4th and 3. Big play call. Worth the timeout here.
It is worth the timeout. And it was worth trying to draw McMinnville off sides, Brian. They had a couple of those last week at West Salem. I think they only had 4 or 5 penalties last week, but a couple of them came at crucial times in the game, and good job by McMinnville to hang tight, stay in your stance, don't come across that line of scrimmage, even no matter how loud the quarterback barks things out.
Yeah, and that's what they did, and they did a good job of just staying still.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, are they going to come out and run a play now, or are they going to?
I think they
maybe
do
a quick kick.
I think they're going to run the play.
Okay.
I mean, you got the ball at the 33-yard line. If you don't get it, you give them, not huge. Field position, but I think it's something if you do get, there's that momentum we talked about. Here we go. 4th and 3, 2 receivers over on the far side. 1 guy in the backfield. He's going to come over to the slot formation, and they're going to run to the right. He's going to keep it. He's going to get it. He's going to get a 1st down as he goes towards the sideline, still on his feet, drug down. Let's see if they mark it, but easily going to get 4 yards when he needed 3.
Yep. Keeps the chains moving. I like that play. Get the back out in front of him blocking, Brian. Get an extra guy on the corner and keep that drive alive as they get just inside the 30-yard down.
And the crowd kind of quiet on that, but they do pick it up.
Maybe they were expecting it. Maybe they knew that is 4th and 3 is their butter play, bread and butter play.
There you go. And Edwards has done a good job. He's done that a couple times and been successful, I think, every time he's done that play. As we're at 2:03 to go. And here they go. Handoff. No, throw over on the far side. Short pass, but it is caught. Halsey, he's going to get it. He's going to be spun around, and he's going to get a nice big gain of 10 yards. Let's see if he gets enough for another 1st down. I think he does.
Yep, right at the 1st down marker on the far side. So he faked me out again. Sorry about that, people that may be watching on the YouTube.
It's okay. It's just nice to see that, kind of see how it is.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Give it a little more appreciation to those guys on the college football games, the Monday Night Football, the Sundays.
There you go. Here we go. 134. It's a high snap over the head, and Edwards picks it up. He's going to try to make something of it, and he slips on the ground, and it's going to be a huge loss back to the 32-yard line.
And that's just a break McMinnville needed, Brian. Loss of 13 on the play. So we'll take that.
Yeah, that's one thing, you always see the shotgun snaps. And it's important that your center can snap the ball correctly every single time.
Every single time, and that is a big play. And, McMinnville's struggled a little bit on special teams with the snap back to the punter.
Right.
Some high times, and those are hard things to do consistently.
Here we go as he drops back. Edwards looks to the center of the field. He throws, and he has a receiver. It is caught, and it's going to be near a first down. What a great play. And I believe that's Halsey with the reception. What a great reception. Took the hit, too, as soon as he caught it.
Yep, and that is a first down. So second and 23, they get a first down out of it. That's pretty good play right there for Lebanon. How many second and 23s you got on your play card there? At least one.
At least one. There you go. Here we are. We're down to 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lebanon threatening once again. And going to hand it off and just kind of stutter-stepping a little bit and trying to find an opening there was Villafiana Garcia. And he gets about a yard. Let's see where they mark him there. It's inside the 10 to 7-yard line. You're going to give him 2 yards as we're down to 8 seconds to go. And that may have been the last play. Let's see if they decide to run one more. Lebanon is getting up there, and they're not going to get it off. And that will be the end of the first quarter of play. Our score after one, Warriors lead 13-7 over the McMinnville Grizzlies. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
As we come back here, Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. And Jeff, interesting first quarter of play there.
Very interesting, Brian. And, well, it's only 14-7, Lebanon, or 13-7, Lebanon up, but they are driving on the doorstep of McMinnville's end zone.
Yes, they are, and just like that, they put it into the end zone and they score. Easy peasy on that one play there, and that's Cade Weber with the score. And just too easy. Cade, his second touchdown of the night.
That was like the parting of the Red Sea, it seemed like there.
Yeah.
as that was too easy of a run play for McMinnville's defense to let up, Brian. Looks like they're going to go for one here on the extra point.
There's the bad snap. They're going to pick it up, and they're going to go to the right side, and nothing there. And Cox is going to get hit, and there's a flag that comes flying in from the end zone. Let's see what that's going to be about.
Is that going to be a hold maybe on McMinnville's defense? Did they hold an eligible receiver from getting into the open?
Well, they are going to talk about it here, and they do talk pretty quickly. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I noticed that they had the earpieces in, so I think that helps with the communication. Let's see. The defense stays out there for McMinnville, so we got a personal foul face mask.
Personal foul face mask.
That's a tough one.
So they're going to give him another chance. I would be surprised if they don't go for two here.
Yeah, they have with the score 19-7 now, with 11:56 to go. So we just started the second quarter. They are going to bring out their wide receivers. Large here on the near side. Jack Ford, I believe, on the far side for the Warriors. Single coverage on both.
Yep.
Here they go. They go right up the middle, and they are going to get the 2-point conversion, Jeff.
Yep. Not even touched, Brian, going through the line there. There's some gaping holes being created by that offensive line. And to their credit, they're taking advantage of it.
Well, the Grizzly defense is struggling here to start this game as they do trail now 21-7 with 11:56 to go. It has been all Lebanon except for one possession for McMinnville.
Yep. Do have a score from up in Salem area in the second quarter, I do believe. It is Sprague 12, North Salem 7. And in my mind, Sprague is the surprise team of the Central Valley Conference so far this year, to be quite honest with you.
I would say the state.
You could be the state. Very well could be the state.
And
Lebanon coming out to the field to get ready to kick off. McMinnville.
Where's your
Sprague
mind
on the brain, apparently.
Apparently so. There's no orange out there, Jeff.
There is no orange out there. Oh, you got the Gatorade stuff here on the sidelines.
I don't see it in the shot, so it doesn't count. Oh, my.
You told me not to frame that.
Oh,
Actually, there is one way up there. Way up there.
45-yard line.
11:56
11:56 to go in the second quarter. And right now, Warriors lead 21-7, and they're going to another squib kick, Jeff, and it's going to be taken by the up back who's going to go 2 yards, dive forward, drop it at the 35.
Well, teams have seen that McMinnville struggles on kickoff coverage. They're going to keep, going at that until Sprague shows that they're going to consistently do it. But, again, pretty decent field position for Sprague and for McMinnville.
Yeah. I was gonna say something.
Okay.
I'll let you wallow in that right there.
And rewind.
Oh my! You didn't even go there.
We can edit that out.
Yes, in post.
On the post.
In post, yeah. It'll be edited in post. Not. Here we go.
Okay. McMinnville comes up to the ball.
Hey, there you go. McMinnville Grizzlies come up here. Shotgun formation for Sullivan. Let's see if they can stay in this one here. They need a good drive here. Trailing 21-7 with 11:53 to go in the second quarter. Here we go. Sullivan's going to keep it, go around the left side. He's going to get hit hard and driven backwards. What a play. Got to find his number, Jeff. Number 20 for Lebanon.
Number 20.
That was Cade Walker.
Yeah, Cade Weber.
Or Weber, excuse me.
And McMinnville's got an offensive lineman that is slowly walking off the field. That's big old number 51, Christian Pastrano. 5'11", 225 senior. In comes, looks like 52, Maxon Melton.
What is this Warrior defense doing to really stymie this Grizzly offense?
They got some strength up front, Brian, but they also got some speed. So they're shooting gaps. They're causing all kinds of problems, and they're firing off the ball.
Here they come again. Sullivan's going to throw it here to Wilson. Make Wilson do some work out on the outside. He catches it. He's going to go forward across the 35 to the 37-yard line. After the loss, he's going to now bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah. Manageable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you gained some positive yards there after the big loss. Yeah. And so now it's 3rd down and long. But you're probably going to have to stick to the air, it looks like, tonight. Yeah. They're going to try to say, hey, you need to throw the ball.
Yep. And so far it's worked except for one play where Sullivan ran for 65 yards for a touchdown, Brian. Other than that, they've really bottled up that rushing attack that McMinnville's been so good at the last couple weeks.
3rd down and 8. Here comes Sullivan. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it low and incomplete. He slaps his hands like he knew he missed that one, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Yeah. And the Grizzlies will be punting once again.
Again, doesn't look like he's set, Brian. Looks like he's rushing it just a little bit. Not sure if he's feeling pressure on the backside or what have you, but not his best pass right there.
No, not at all. And now the Grizzlies are going to punt on 4th and 8. Putter's back at the 23-yard line. As the Grizzlies, they're going to need to do some stuff defensively now as their offense is struggling at the moment. They're taking as much time as they can here on the punt. We're down to 10:40. High snap, not a good one. Another high punt, though. pretty good. He's going to be taken by Large at about the 33, and he's going to be dragged down?
Yeah.
At the
Taken down.
33-yard line. And so that's where they'll take it, though. Good special teams coverage there by McMinnville.
Way better than last time, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We will definitely say that.
But pretty good field position for the Warriors. Going to start about the 34-yard line. 10:33 to go here in the second quarter. It is homecoming.
Yes,
so
it is. Got that to look forward to.
Yeah, that's always exciting. Got everybody in neon over to our left.
They are ready to, they've got their glow sticks and everything else. We'll show you that maybe at halftime.
Yeah.
10:33 to go now. And the Grizzlies defense is going to try to stop this high-powered offense of the Warriors. Warriors came in here, Jeff, 1-2.
Yep.
And they lost to Caldera and Mountain View. As here they go. And it's going to be handoff go. And he's going to go forward to about the 39-yard line. And a hard takedown as we've got an injury down the field for McMinnville.
Can't see who that is, but the officials immediately calling for trainers to come out onto the field, and the Lebanon trainer gets out there quickly to help too. So
hopefully it's just a cramp as they are working on him. With 10:18 to go, our score is 21-7, and it has not been the Grizzly night. It's been a Warrior offense and Warrior defense that's looked very good.
Yeah, they've been very balanced on both sides of the ball, quite honestly. You take the one big play out for McMinnville, and they've really dominated the game on both sides of the ball, Brian. It wasn't the start that I had hoped for, to be quite honest with you.
No.
I thought maybe they could come in and use some of that size across the offensive line. We had been told, though, that Isaac Jordan and Bradley Beard were studs up front for Lebanon on the defensive side of the ball. They have been.
Yeah, they have.
They've really dominated and taken control of that offensive line. They're not big, Brian. They're 5'9", 6 foot, 250, 230. As McMinnville's player gets up, and looks like he's going to need a little help to get off the field. And that is Luis Mendoza, it looks like, getting a little assistance from the trainer. So we hope he's okay. We hope that's nothing serious. Luis was a pretty big contributor in that first couple games for McMinnville on the offensive side of the ball. So that could be something, if it's more serious, to keep him out for an extended period of time. But we do have Bryce Wilson back, so that is a positive for McMinnville's. Bryce is actually here on the near side playing a cornerback right by the post.
All right, we come back to action, and they're going to throw over on the far side. And here's a little cut in the inside. Going to be a first down and more as he gets to the 35-yard line and then spins out. But they're going to say he was down at the 45-yard line. And right now, Lebanon's doing everything right.
Yep.
Short passes, long passes, runs, you name it.
Well, they got that team speed, Brian, that you see. McMinnville, they got some speedy players, but as a whole, the team doesn't have a lot of, speed all across. Whereas some of these other teams like West Salem last week and now Lebanon this week, they got speed in a lot of positions. And that's really hard to defend for a whole game.
Here we go. Trips here on the near side. And this Grizzly defense is going to be asked to do a lot. A lot of these guys play both ways on both of these teams, really, is they're going to throw it right across the middle. Incomplete. He had a receiver who stopped and may have stopped too hard where he just could not come back to a pass that was thrown behind him.
Yeah, and he was wide open in the middle of that zone for McMinnville right there at about the 50-yard line. Had to go down to his knees to try and make an attempt on that. It's one of those times when the quarterback, you don't have to always throw a fastball.
Yeah.
Throw a changeup every once in a while, drop off that 90-degree curveball, so to speak. And that's okay, though. It's 2nd and 10 for Lebanon.
As I see somebody taking pictures on the far side with their flash on, kind of scares me.
Really?
Well, I think they got a new camera or something.
Oh.
I don't think the flash is going to work that well. That's okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. 2nd down and 10 now for the Warriors. Warriors going from our right to our left, and the Grizzlies jumped off sides again.
Okay, or is it going to be a delay a game? From the delay a game is what they're going to call. From the back judge called that. I didn't see him put his hand up, to be fair.
Okay, well, they are going to say a delay a game. I looked back here quickly. Didn't see it in the air, but the Grizzlies do
they'll take that.
Move it back.
They'll take 5 yards the other way.
We'll take 5. We'll take 10. We'll take 15. You give
20,
it.
Yeah.
And 9:30 and counting here in the second quarter. Lebanon leads 21-7 over McMinnville here on this Friday night from Lebanon High School.
Great night.
Yes, it is, and now we've got a timeout.
Timeout, Warriors.
Some confusion on the Warriors side of the ball.
Yes, it is. Oh, my. Well, let's go ahead and take the break as well. With 9:19 left to go in the second quarter, our score, Lebanon 21, McMinnville 7. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
As we come back here after the timeout, 9:34 left to go in the second quarter. Trips here on the near side for the Warriors. Trust us, one of them's behind the pole right there. They're going to come here to the near side. He's going to throw it here, and he's going to be caught at the 50-yard line and hit and driven out of bounds.
Oh.
Should be a late hit there at about the 47-yard line. And Grizzlies got lucky, I think,
yes,
there.
They did.
As hit him and just rode him to the very end, as it will be another big completion. Thought maybe it'd be a first down, but he's going to be short as he got to the 48-yard line of McMinnville. Going to bring up third down and 2 or 3.
Well, when both players end up in the bench, which you can see right there, is quite a ways away from the playing field, you wonder if there's going to be a flag called. Or
Fortunately,
thrown.
we didn't get one.
Yep.
Here we go. Third down now for the Warriors. Grizzlies showing blitz. They're going to hand it off to running backs and go forward. He's going to get a first down and more as he gets to the 40-yard line. Just using their speed right there.
Yeah.
Weber just went forward. Got the first down and a lot more.
I'd like to see the end zone view on that one, Brian, because McMinnville had a run blitz coming up. I think he picked the wrong hole to blitz through.
Right.
I think the running back went to the hole just to the outside of the hole that the linebacker chose to blitz through. So first down continues the drive for Lebanon here. About 9 minutes to go.
It does continue the clock as we are hitting the 9-minute mark. Trips over on the far side. Grizzlies showing blitz, and they're going to go hand it off in the backfield. Breaking through is Weber. Gets across to the 30. Going to get 10 yards, make it 12 as it gets to the 27-yard line. They're showing blitz, and then the Grizzly offense is doing a good job finding where they're not blitzing at and just using that and going off to the usually the hole or two to the left or right of it.
Well, and then when they hit the hole, there's speed to burst through it.
Yeah,
and,
you're right.
That you're just seeing that right there with that 12, 13-yard run, that time off the left side. And the short in stature offensive line is certainly doing a great job right now against a bigger, taller McMinnville defensive front.
Here we go. Same thing. Trips on the far side. They're going to drop the ball. Edwards, and he's just going to jump back on it. Smart move. But he just lost control. Had it.
Yep.
Didn't bring it in. Just lost it.
Well, yeah, you wonder if he saw something there he's a little anxious to get to the play. You know, was there a hole opening up or was there possibly a wide receiver going to break free on the play? But another break for McMinnville. They've had Lebanon several times in second and longs on this drive, but to Lebanon's credit, they've been able to get the first downs and keep drive alive.
Yeah, that second and long has been very productive for this Warrior team tonight. As we've hit the 7:50 mark and counting. As they are going to go to the trips on the far side again. Doesn't mean they'll go that way. Thought maybe we had a guy jump. Rolling to the right, looking. They're going to try to throw to the middle. He does. It's incomplete. Another hard pass there by Edwards, and it's just going to be incomplete. I think he may have thrown it behind the receiver. Hard to tell from this angle.
It was hard to tell, but they flood that far side of the field with three wide receivers kind of at the first, upper, and middle levels. And that's hard to do. That's hard for a defense to cover all of those guys. And the receiver was open in the middle, but the pass was not on target as it needed to be.
All righty, here we go. 3rd down and 13. As they kind of change up the format, they got large here at the bottom of the screen and 2 receivers on the top. And we've got a timeout for McMinnville. I think they are, and they are going to call it. We're going to keep it right here. Not a bad timeout, Jeff. You're trailing 21-7. You need to stay in this ball game, and this is an important defensive stop if you can get it.
It is a huge defensive stop, Brian, or stand that needs to be made right here. I got to figure this is 4-down territory for Lebanon as they look to their coaching staff to make a call. And I have to say that the head coach for Lebanon, Troy Walker, he's done a good job of exploiting some of the weaknesses that McMinnville has on defense and using the strengths of the offense to create some big holes and some big plays for the Warriors. The Warriors, of course, the last their games they lost at versus Mountain View 14-15. Then they went to McKay and beat them 28-0. And then last week over in Bend area at Caldera, they lost another game 35-18. So they've been on the road a couple times and home now to try and get their second victory of the year.
Lots of time left in this ball game, though. 7:38 to the second quarter. Here we go. They're going to throw here on the near side. It is going to be caught, and Large is going to take it, put his shoulder down, and he's going to be out at the 26-yard line. So he got a few yards there, Jeff. Not a lot. They still now bring up 4th down and about 8 yards for Lebanon, and I'm sure this is 4-down territory for him here.
That play right there tells me it was 4-down territory. As hey, let's get half of it. Let's not get greedy, and now we'll go for another 8 yards and be close to a first down, if not a first down. So be interesting to see if they decide to pass the ball again on some sort of quick out like they just did as my roster goes flying.
I can get you a new one.
That's
here
but it doesn't have my marks on it, Brian.
Oh, well, you better go get that then.
I'll get it.
Okay. Hopefully it's still there. 4th down and 8. Big play. The Grizzlies jumped off sides.
No. I think it might be delay over here.
They are going to call another delay. Wow.
McMinnville got bailed out again, I think.
I don't see that guy putting up his hand
I don't
for 5
either.
seconds.
I don't either.
I guess I'm not looking at it, however. Because they got bailed out definitely there. All right, now it's going to bring it back to 4th down and 13. Ball placed at the 31-yard line. You can go get your paper if you like.
That's okay. I got camera duties. Not that I've been doing a good job on that.
Here we go. 4th down now. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it over the far side. A little screen play. And they're going to say his knee was down.
Oh.
And they're going to say he's down back behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a turnover on downs now.
Yeah.
That Cook. That was Cook.
That was.
He took the pass, put his knee down, and they're saying Grizzly ball.
Yeah. That's a good stand, Brian. 7:29 to go here in the second quarter. And good defensive stand right there because Lebanon had been moving the ball pretty good the first 3 possessions that they had.
Well, the big thing now, too, Jeff, is you need
points.
you need points, and you also need to stop them, not give them the ball back because they get the ball to start the second half.
That is correct.
All right, here we go for the Grizzlies. Shotgun formation, as always. As Sullivan is going to look to throw. He's going to throw it long over on the far side. Has a receiver, and it is incomplete. Ooh. He had a man there. Just overthrown a little bit.
Just overthrown. That was Wilson using that speed on the outside, Brian, and he did a great job of trying to lay out for the catch, but just overthrown. I like that play call on first down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? You're down 21-7. Let's open it up.
And there is a flag if we look.
Hey, there you go.
Right there at about the 32-yard line. They're going to talk to the Lebanon coach, see what he wants to have done. They're going to decline it looks like. Ineligible man downfield, so going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Quick happening play to have that call.
Yeah.
But that's a tough one. Not really, because it's just, they just decline it.
Yep.
So it brings up 2nd down. Now, if you're the McMinnville, Jeff, you got to be cognizant of the 7:23 left to go. As we said, you don't want to have a 2-for-1 for Lebanon.
You definitely don't want to have that. Looks like I was going to say single coverage here on Bryce Wilson, but they do rotate a safety over just a little bit.
He's kind of pretending he's coming this way,
Yeah.
and I think that's large. And they're going to take their time. I'm looking back at the back judge now. There goes the hand up in the air.
Okay.
And there's a bad snap, and what are we going to call?
He's going to call somebody moving. How does the guy in the
Wilson does not agree with the call as he's
delay a game.
all right.
I did see the arm up too when you mentioned it.
Third delay game.
Yep. 1 on McMinnville, 2 on Lebanon so far.
Yep. All right, it's something they're going to call.
Then the official told Wilson to leave the field.
And he did.
That's the third McMinnville player that's been told to leave the field. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It'd be interesting to know. Be on the sideline knowing what's happening.
7:23 to go here from Lebanon High School. Grizzlies trail 21-7. We are here in the second quarter, and Sullivan's going to keep it because he has to. Flushed out of the pocket, hit once, hit twice. Now he's wrapped up, and he might get about 4 yards, maybe to the original line of scrimmage, if that really. And nothing there, Jeff. Did not open up for him. Tried to make something happen, couldn't find an opening.
Yep, you got, 3 yards? Maybe 4, but that swarmy defense came up and made a nice play right there, Brian.
Third down and 11, if you call it 4, and we're under 7 minutes now, 6:54 and counting. And now we have an official's timeout. And they're going to send somebody else off.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I would love to know what.
Fourth
what
player
they're
to
doing.
get sent off for the Grizzlies.
Is it a mouthpiece issue? That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, not sure how you solve that. I don't think they're all sharing one mouthpiece.
No, that's
so
weird to me.
Not in COVID times anyway. 6:40 and counting. 2 receivers here on the near side. You got Donahue in the backfield, who we haven't really heard much from, as Sullivan's going to throw it. He's going to drop it off to Donahue on key, and he's going to get about 4 yards as he gets across to the 36-yard line. And it's going to bring up now 4th down for McMinnville, and they're going to have to punt. Stall the play, like the play.
Yep.
Unfortunately, just a little slow in developing.
100%. 100%. A little slow there as they get the punting ball in there. Yep, change that ball out there. The referees right there on Johnny on the spot.
5:51 and counting.
Already had 1 special teams touchdown tonight by Lebanon.
Yes, you did. It was pretty dramatic and dynamic.
And could be a delay of game right here.
We've got lots of movement. We do have the 5 seconds. He's going to throw his flag. Nope. But there's going to be a kick, and it's going to be a high one again. And it's going to be taken at the 31-yard line. Goes across the 40. Stutter step, trying to go backwards, trying to find some blockers. Stutter stepping again. He's going to find a crease in the middle. Still on his feet. 50. Gets to the 49-yard line. Logan Large with a long run back.
Yeah.
And pretty good yardage, too, there, and gives them a good field position with 5:21 to go.
He's got really quick feet, Brian. Shifty. Very shifty. That means being able to move around and cut back and all that.
I'll write that down because I don't remember
Shifty.
that.
That's S-H-I-F-T-Y.
There you go. Shifty. You know, our punter, we're going to make sure we get him down there, Jeff.
Okay.
Because the way they have this here is
Not correct.
Is that Justin Stocker? Yeah, Stocker is our punter who has been successful on 3 punts, very high.
Yeah, he got great hang time for sure.
All righty, as we come out here with 5:21 to go, Lebanon could get that 2-for-1. So they're going to hand it off to Large, who had the Rice return. And as a flag comes in the backfield, Large picks up about 7 yards. But the official on the far side is not moving or staying. He's going to stand his ground. He saw something back at the 49, the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's going to probably be a hold.
Just a reminder.
Something.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Nope, you remind me.
Okay, well, just a reminder, you're listening to us here on AM 1260 KLYC McMinnville, and also watching us live on YamHillToday.com.
Must be a top of the hour.
It is. We're hitting the 8 o'clock hour.
Look at me.
I know. Look at you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a shifty thing.
I'm not. Nobody has ever accused me of being shifty or fleet of foot. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. Speaking of that, Jeff is going to go try to get your thing there?
No, I'll wait till halftime.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
All right.
It'll be fine.
As long as the wind doesn't blow.
Yeah, it's down. I'm not sure the wind is really at our feet.
It sure feels like it.
Yeah, it's blowing.
Yes, it is. Here we go. It is going to bring up now a big passing play. They're going to throw it, and it's going to be caught in the backfield.
Nice
and really nothing there. It was a good stop in the backfield. A huge loss of 5, and it brings it back to the 31-yard line.
Yep.
And with 4:53 to go, this Lebanon team is going backwards all of a sudden. They've got to get to the 39 on the other side of the field for a first down. It's now second down and
30.
Let's call it 30.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's got to be more than 30, though. It's 10, 20, because they're at the 31. I guess 32. All right. Yeah, it is 30. We'll call it 30 because we're at 4:28 and counting. Here we go. Low snap, but they're going to roll to the right side, left side, I should say. Looking, has some time. Jumps it off here. It is incomplete. Tried to throw it on the sideline. Not a good route. You had 2 receivers. You had a tight end right there, and 4 yards in front of him was Large, the receiver, who they threw the pass to way too close.
Yeah, they didn't have that depth.
No.
When you have 2 or 3 receivers on the same side of the field, you want to have depth. You want to have that short, medium, and long distance receiver there, and 4 yards is not enough on a play like that.
All righty, now it's going to bring up third down and 30.
Or a third of the field, almost.
Yeah, at least. Well, it seems like it as you have 39, and here we go. Dropping back is the quarterback. He's going to be fleshed out to the right side. He's going to throw it on the right side. He's got a receiver. It is caught, and they're going to say he has it, I believe, at the 47-yard line, but still about 13, 14 yards short of a first down, still on the Warrior side.
Actually calling that incomplete. I thought it was a nice grab by the Warrior over there,
All right.
Zane Cox. I thought it was a good catch, but they're saying incomplete. So fourth down, first punt of the night for Lebanon. Well, I'm assuming they're punting. I can't quite see with the post in the way.
Well, that is going to be what they decide to do. It's like their quarterback is also their punter, Bryson Edwards. Edwards is going to probably do a quick snap and quick punt, and that's exactly what he's going to do. High, end over end punt, and it's going to be hit at the 45. And you got to be careful because it almost hit one of the Grizzlies, who's like 3 yards near that punt. And the 44-yard line will be where the Grizzlies have it with 4:03 to go. Good job. One of the first times they had to punt. Good stop by McMinnville.
Yeah, I was going to say that is a positive, very big positive for that McMinnville defense, Brian, to really do a good job of holding Lebanon's pretty potent offense here to loss of 15, 20 yards via the penalties and passing play. So that was take that now. See if McMinnville can score here with 4:03 to go as they start this drive. Second quarter. You'll go on one of those 4-minute long drives.
That would be exactly what they want right now, as they do trail 21-7, and with that drive, put some points on the board as well. And just like that, ball's on the ground, and Sullivan picks it up, and there's a huge hit by Donahue, and flags come flying in, and he does pick up the ball, and they're going to mark him at the 42, but there is going to be some talking going on right now.
That could be a targeting type of thing. It looked like helmet-to-helmet contact. We'll see what they call here. Whew, that was a big hit. Oh, they're going to back up McMinnville for some holding. Interesting. Okay.
Holding Grizzlies.
I think they might decline that one. Oh, nope, they're going to accept it.
3:57 left to go here in the first half.
Yep.
Huge play there, Jeff. Describe what you saw there.
Well, I saw Isaac Jordan in the backfield almost at the mesh point as the ball was being handed off. It was crazy. I didn't see the hold. I thought maybe it was a helmet-to-helmet contact, but a nice job again by that defensive front. They are quick.
They're quick, and they're getting those gaps, and they're
strong.
getting there quickly, as you said. They're going to throw it behind the line. Wilson's going to get it. He's going to be spun around, and that's going to open up to take a hit, and it's going to be behind the line of scrimmage once again, and it's going to be a negative play there for McMinnville.
Yeah, McMinnville going the wrong way on this drive, kind of like Lebanon did on their previous drive.
Right.
It's going to be second 23 for McMinnville.
Just really, I'm impressed by this Lebanon defense right now. The speed of it and the strength of the line.
They are, and the quickness to get in the backfield and really cause havoc is a lot of what we're seeing here. Let's get a little closer. Four wide receivers here on the near side.
Yeah, we don't see him usually on the same side very often for McMinnville, do we?
No.
Let's see. Maybe some screenage is going to happen here on the near side. 2:56 to go. Another high snap, and Sullivan's just got to run with it. Tries to go up the middle after the high snap, and he's going to go forward for about 7, 8, 9, call it 8 yards as he gets to the almost 40-yard line. Still needs to get to the 44, and just some details are not working for McMinnville. They're struggling with some of the mechanical stuff.
I can't tell if that's a design play or not because of the high snap.
Yeah.
If it was a normal snap right into him, you'd be able to tell really quickly if he was going to pass. Or because it was high, is he like abandoning the play real quick and just going to take what he can get, or is it a design play? I can't tell on that one, to be honest with you, Brian.
2:15 to go here in the second quarter. It is 21-7 in favor of Lebanon. Here come the Grizzlies. They're going to go for it on third down, and they're going to be thrown down. Sullivan's going to be taken down for a loss once again. This Lebanon defense.
Great coverage in the secondary that time. As you can see, Sullivan wanted to throw the ball initially but pulled it down. Lebanon's going to take a timeout to preserve the clock at 1:53 to go. I think that's their last timeout of the half. Good coaching decision by Lebanon right there. But, boy, poor Kane Sullivan. He just doesn't have time in that backfield, Brian, to make any passes long down the field.
No, that time Ashton Daly is going to get credit for the sack. And it's tough. This offensive line has not been able to stop Lebanon. And, Jeff, it's not going to get any easier because the depth is not there.
Yeah.
This Lebanon team's just going to keep going at them.
They are. And, Brian, you get that confidence going, and you want to play harder and harder and harder and keep it going. And McMinnville, the body language isn't great right now on that offensive front as I've been watching them.
Well, 1:53 to go. It is 4th down and 22. And they've got a dynamic punt returner back there in Large who has already shown us what he can do once today. They are going to try to make sure they can at least allow him another chance at it. As we come up here now, Large is staying back at his own 28-yard line, way back there, expecting a high snap. Here is the kick, a high kick, I should say. And it's going to be taken at about the 35-yard line. He's going to cut it back here to the near side in front of the Warrior bench, across the 50. Steps up to the inside. He's hit hard, but not before he gets into Grizzly territory. And let's see where they mark him at the 39-yard line. Another fine return there by the Warriors.
That was an 8-yard net punt right there, Brian.
Wow.
Because of the fantastic return.
It's almost one of those ones where you need to start going for it.
Large has been large in this game tonight.
Oh, look at that. You are correct.
Yeah, he's had a big hand in what Lebanon's been able to do so far tonight. 1:41 to go here in the second half, and Lebanon looking to put some more points on the board. Of course, they will get the ball to start the second half, too, so this is one of those 2-for-1 situations, Brian. A lot of coaches like to do score going into the half and score coming out of the half.
I think most coaches like that.
Yeah, I'd say 99.9% of them do.
The hardest part is actually doing it. Here we go. Here's the handoff to the back in the backfield. The big fullback's going to go across the 30-yard line to the 28-yard line. Mark him at the 29, going to be close to a first down. And another strong run. And here comes a flag after all that. It's like there may have been some talking there as they're going to go to the book, put down a name or two, a number.
Well, 31, I believe that's Callahan. Is he being sent off? After the play, we've got unsportsmanlike against McMinnville. That's too bad because that's going to be half the distance to the goal, so the ball's going to be about the 14-yard line after that penalty. 1:34, and I was going to say Lebanon's got to be in that hurry up. type of situation, but no, they really don't.
They can
because
slow it
the
down
clock
now.
is stopped for the defensive penalty right there.
As they are going to talk about it, move the ball forward. Just a reminder, we will bring some scores for you at halftime. We'll talk about other games from around the state, around the league. We'll talk about other teams in Yamhill County. We'll even talk some college football, too. Don't have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of buys going on this week. But
a lot of BYE playing.
Yes, and we'll talk about that as well at halftime. So make sure you keep it tuned here on AM 1260 KLYC and YamhillToday.com. We got lots of time left in this game. They're going to throw to the right side, and it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be it should have been. And we've got the ball falling incomplete. Interesting, the ball was way in the air. It must be calling it uncatchable or what, because the receiver was tackled as the ball was way up there.
Sure looked like it from here. The other thing, I could have been maybe tangled feet. As they both jumped, I was expecting a flag to come flying. But
I was too, but there we go. It's going to bring up second down now as they are marked at the 15. Second and 10 with 1:28 to go. Lebanon, they've got the lead 21-7 and the ball. Handed off to the back, and he's going to go around the right side. He stiff arms the guy.
Nice
He's taken down. And a nice job there defensively by McMinnville. And coming up there with the play, was that Justice?
Or Justice.
That was Justice. Yeah. That was Mason with the play there. He's going to bring up third down now and 8. This is where you need a big stop, Jeff. You would love to get a big stop here for McMinnville. And
you got to figure it's kind of a passing play because the clock is at 1 minute to go here, Brian.
And it is. They're going to take it, throw it across the middle, and it looks like it's tipped. It's incomplete. Good job there defensively by McMinnville, and it's going to bring up fourth down. And now the interesting call is, what do you do if you're Lebanon with 55.9 to go? You're leading 21-7. What do you do?
They're going to go for it. They're leaving the field goal kicker off the field.
All righty.
So this is a pretty big play here for McMinnville with 56 seconds to go.
Need to get somewhere near the 5-yard line.
Yep. You run a draw play here?
Well, it's been effective. And let's see what they do. They got 3 receivers here on the near side. Edwards, shotgun formation. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to throw it to the right. Has a receiver caught, first down, more. Gets inside the 3-yard line. Nice slant play. Large coming up big once again.
That play took apparently 0.3 seconds.
We're down to 50 seconds now, and they're going to snap and spike the ball. And they come up here as they stop the clock with 50.1 now. And I think the officials may be talking about this a little bit. I've had a lot of stoppage here, Jeff.
Yeah, I think they're going to. False procedure. Okay. Oh, interesting. I thought they were going to come out and say, please change the clock to like 45 seconds or something. But McMinnville will take that. Pushes them back out to what? Between the 8 and 9 yard line, something like that.
Does that open up the field, though?
It does. Clock starts moving, though, with 47 seconds to go.
Here they come, down to 40. They're not in any hurry, it looks like, as we're down to 37. Here they go. They're going to roll here to the near side. Looking for a receiver. He's going to keep it. Edwards, he's going to try to cut it up to 5. He takes the hit. He gets inside the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and he's got to keep going.
We're down to 28 seconds. They have plenty of time, but he's shaking up a little bit.
Yep.
And they do have an injury down the field for McMinnville at the 5-yard line. They're going to take a look at him. We're down to 24.3 as the Lebanon Warriors are going to come over and talk about it. And that injury, unfortunate as all injuries are, but it does allow them another timeout almost.
Not sure. I don't think the players can come over to the sideline, can they, on an injury?
No, but it does give them time to think about
the clock
it.
Stopped because it was rolling. It was continuing to. Oh, I guess actually they can come over to the sideline. We hope this is nothing more than a little stinger there for that Justice or Seahaver.
Number 20 is his Justice. Yeah, it's like he's coming off here on the near side. They're going to take a look at him. And here come the Warriors. 24 seconds.
Start. There you go. Yep.
They will start it now. They come up quickly. We're down to 20. They are taking some time. Down to 15, and they're going to hand it off to the running back, and he is not going to get it.
It's going to be tough to get
They've
back
got to have
on
to
the line
hurry.
of scrimmage.
They're down to 11 seconds. The Grizzlies are slowly going to get up, and they may not allow them to get there. We're down to 5. They are going to be close. 3, 2, and they snap it with 0.5 to go. They did a good job of getting there and allowing them to have one more chance with 0.5 seconds to go.
Great clock management. Got to give it to them. They were on the ball ready when the officials were ready. As the officials looking here at something. Oh, delay a game on. Oh.
5-yard penalty.
Is that the end of the half? 5-yard penalty. Huh. And the clock starts, and they're done. That's the end of the half.
An interesting end
that
of
was
the
a
half.
Weird end of the half.
The quarterback is saying, wait, and they're going to talk about it. Let's see it right here before we go to it, because the officials want to talk about this because they downed the ball. They spiked it, which should stop the clock.
Yeah.
And they should be a stopped clock. It should be with 0.5 seconds left.
Don't go too far.
Grizzlies are going to hurry up and go. They may want to stop them because they didn't get that call right, and the officials are going to say, no, we're going to just go ahead and give it to you.
Head coach is calling his team over, so
he
whatever
is.
the explanation was, it must have been acceptable. As McMinnville's already out the field, you can see him just running over there. Both teams got a little bit of a hike over to the locker room here to start the second.
Yes, they do, and what an interesting first half, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, it's 21-7. McMinnville's not being hosted very well by Lebanon here at homecoming.
No,
we are going to have a little longer halftime show because of the homecoming, 20 minutes instead of the usual 15.
That's a good thing. Gives us more things to talk about, right?
Yep.
So that first quarter, let's talk about it for a second before we take a break. That first quarter was crazy. A lot of scoring, and then second quarter, the defense is kind of settled in.
Both teams settled in, didn't they, on defense?
They did.
And McMinnville gave up some yards, that's for sure, but they did a pretty good job of keeping Lebanon out. They did give up that punt return for a touchdown, so special teams continue to be an area of concern for Ty Tomlin and the McMinnville Grizzlies, but I do like how they tightened it up a little bit there in the second quarter, especially the second half of the second quarter, Brian, to keep Lebanon really scoreless for most of that period.
All righty, we are here at halftime. They are announcing seniors. They're getting the band ready. They're going to be performing, and we'll bring you a lot of action, and we'll just kind of have a good time here at halftime. Our score, well, it's Lebanon 21, McMinnville 7. Don't go away. We'll be back with more of the halftime show coming up here on AM 1260 and YamhillToday.com.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill Today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Hello, everybody. Scott here from Big Box Returns, and can you smell it? I can. Football season is in the air, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it that Ty Tomlin is coming back as coach, and he is going to bring us to the promised land, to the victory that we all deserve. While we're waiting, come on down to Big Box Returns and buy a toaster, maybe a refrigerator, maybe a rug. Who knows? We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
Jeff has given us a good view of the senior homecoming court as they are actually the homecoming court as they are announcing them here at Lebanon High School. Glad to have you here live from Heath Stadium. Brian Nierks along with Jeff Ivey for tonight's action. We are here at halftime. Our score is Lebanon 21, McMinnville 7, and it has been a first half where the Grizzlies struggled defensively in that first quarter.
Yeah.
Tied it up. I mean, first play, really first possession. The second quarter, they scored pretty quickly, Lebanon. But after that, they kind of settled in. We talked about that before we took the break.
Yeah, they definitely settled in. You know, going on the road is never easy. It's a couple, hour and a half, 2-hour bus ride from McMinnville to come down here. But that's not an excuse. You just got to be ready to play when the kickoff starts. And it kind of seemed like maybe McMinnville wasn't quite in that place where they needed to be to start the game. Brian gave up some easy scores. And but what can you do? You get tough. You gather together as a team, and you dig in, and that's kind of what McMinnville did there, especially in the later part of that second quarter of play.
Well, it's going to be a big second half where they're going to have to turn some things on and make things happen. As if they can do that, they're still in this ball game, still a lot of time, but they do need to make things happen is what they need to do.
They do, Brian. As the king and queen have been crowned officially here at homecoming, so let the festivities begin. I wonder, do they have dances still at homecomings? Is that a thing?
There's usually just one. I mean, I don't know if they do here, but I don't know in the South there's one dance now. So.
Yeah, because it was when we were in high school, it was like a dance after every home football game.
Every home game.
And even some of the basketball games, there were dances on the Friday nights. So interesting that you do one in the spring, one in the fall, I guess. And do you do a winter? I guess that's the snowball up in Salem is the winter formal for the whatevers. But now we're going to get ready. It looks like to have the band come out on the field at halftime here. Wish I had some stats for you, but somebody forgot something for his computer tonight.
Oh, it happens. It happens. There's the old joke. There's a comedian I saw. I think he opened up for Amos Lee at the zoo. I just sound like Mike Parker here. At the zoo back in 19. No, it was like 2015 or so, and great concert. And it was somebody opened up for Amos and came on, and she sang great. And she said, I was always in the band and everything, so my parents would come. And they had me convinced, though, by the time I get to high school that the football game is just the preview for the band to show up at halftime. Nice. And then the most important people on the field are out there because we're both band guys.
Yes.
And they're out there the ones to celebrate.
Yes.
And then after they play, then we have a big celebration to celebrate them at the end with the band, with the football players again.
Come back out on the
come
field.
Back in.
So you bookend the band by the football team.
Exactly.
Under the lights. So we'll see we'll see what's going to be done here by the band. It's always fun.
It is. It's a great night. The wind is blowing. You can see their flags blowing there. And it's not as windy inside the stadium like it was start the game. But the wind is definitely out there for the players to take part in, which is always fun. And that always affects the passing game more than anything in your kicking game, right? Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, they're probably going to need that in the second half.
Yes, I think they're going to need to, see, the running game has really been a challenge tonight for McMinnville. If I'd love to know what the stats are if you take away that long touchdown run from Kane Sullivan, how many actual yards of rushing McMinnville has, because they've been getting over 200 yards a game coming into tonight's game, and tonight can't be much more than 65, 70 yards, that long touchdown run with all the negative yard plays that they've had so far in the game tonight. I look for them to try and, in the second half, Brian, open up some holes, maybe go some misdirection runs. Everything's been the handoff. Everything's been the direct handoff. I don't know if they have any fly sweep type of things with Bryce Wilson, but he's had some trouble even on the edge tonight using his speed because of the great speed that Lebanon has on the defensive side of the football. And it's just one of those things where sometimes you just don't match up very well with the opponent. And tonight it seems like in that first half anyways that Lebanon's been a little bit quicker, a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more shooting the gaps, so to speak, and really causing havoc in the backfield for Kane Sullivan and Donahue.
Well, a preview of next week is going to be back at home, and it's going to be against Liberty. It doesn't get any easier, so we'll end up talking about that here shortly, hopefully after the end of this ball game. But you got to take care of business, Jeff, and you need to do it. You're only down 2 scores here. It's very doable.
It is way doable. You saw them battle back last week, Brian, score a couple touchdowns in the second half against West Salem when it looked like things were really getting out of hand, and to only lose by 10, I think that's some positive things. You were ahead at halftime. Let's be honest. You were 14-12 at halftime. So you know that you have the ability to put some points up in the second half. Now you just got to execute. You got to come out and execute and take – what Lebanon is doing, take that away from them. And it's not going to be easy. It's a challenge. You're on the road. Good crowd over there for McMinnville to support them tonight, parents and family, and I think even the cheerleaders made the ride down from McMinnville tonight.
So looking at this too, Jeff, now that we talk about it a little bit, special teams. Take away that long run punt return touchdown.
Yeah, it's 14-7.
Yeah.
But special teams have been an issue for McMinnville. You can't sugarcoat it any other way, Brian. Big special teams plays have affected every game they've played in, whether it's onside kicks that have been recovered, squib kicks that have been recovered, punt returns for touchdowns, just all those sorts of things, 8-yard punts, those things over the course of a game. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of plays, but special teams are 10, 15, 20 plays in a game at times, depending. And if you're giving up big plays on several of those, that's just like having the offense out there doing good things for your opponent. So they continue to need to work on the special teams aspect of the team game.
All righty, we're still here at halftime, the halftime show. Don't go away. Our score is 21-7. Lebanon in the lead over McMinnville. We've got more. We've got some scores for you from around the state. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this here on AM 1260 KLYC and YamHillToday.com.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process, from low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement. They are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
And welcome back here. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. We are here at halftime. Our score is 21-7. And Jeff, we are efforting some scores. And David and I talked about this a little bit last week, how it's harder and harder to find scores.
Yes.
Especially if you got somebody like the Oregon Live who
paywall.
now paywalls all their high school scores.
I do have a score that might be of interest to those in the Yamhill County area. Amity over number 7 Santiam Christian in the second quarter, 20-14. So Amity playing at home tonight. And Brian, I moved the camera over to the student section, kind of give a show of the neon that's going on just down to our left.
Look at that.
You can kind of see they even got glow sticks out there. Some of the kids do. So really fun here in Lebanon. I had another score at the half, Cascade 41, Baker 6. Running back for Cascade, Bryce Kinsey, has 5 rushing touchdowns and nearly 300 yards rushing. That's not a bad 2 games.
No, it's not a bad good start to the year.
That's a first half.
To Cottage Grove, 28-14. Looks like I had a disconnection. And we'll keep that going here. I may have to let you do the scores, Jeff.
Sheldon is up 6-0. I'm not sure who they're playing, or 7-0. I'm not sure who they're playing, but
what are your thoughts on that? I mean, the scores used to be the highlight.
Yes.
And now you go to having one station in Portland really doing the Friday Night Lights. Used to be 3.
It's sad is what it is for those people that like to follow high school sports in the state, and there's a lot of people that do, quite frankly, that are interested. They got kids in the programs. They got grandkids in the programs. Finding out the scores should be something that, even OSAA could do on their website, Brian. They could have a live scoreboard where, media checks in every once in a while and posts a score, or at the halftime they post a score to OSAA. And I do have a Roseburg leading Thurston 21-7 at the half. You mentioned the Sprague game a little bit earlier. But, yeah, finding scores is really hard. Lake Ridge 34, Wilsonville nothing. And there are some reporters out there, independent reporters, that try and do a good job on the social media sites, but finding them accurate and timely is what it makes it hard to do.
Right.
And, that makes for halftime shows that we have to go searching for the scores where, back in the day it used to be like right there. Every newspaper had a website that you could go to and find them. And so now we got to use our contacts. We got to have people text us or, maybe somebody at a game that lets us know what the scores are. I'd love to know what the Newburgh score is tonight, for instance.
Well,
because McMinnville plays Newburgh in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
in the battle for Yamhill County.
I agree. As the wind starts to pick up here, and I've almost lost my papers.
Well, as long as it's just the papers.
Lost my pencil though.
Oh,
that's
do you need
okay.
my pen?
No, we're good. We're good. So, but yeah, and that's the thing. It's sad because it used to be where you had every game, everybody used to have people who would be at every game.
Yeah. Yeah, the
now,
media.
Right, exactly. You don't have that in the bigger state, in the bigger markets. Portland, Salem getting that way now.
Yep. Yeah, but with the loss of KBZY doing the games there.
Yeah.
There's only one radio station in Salem that covers games now.
Yeah.
It used to be several that used to do that. So looks like Sherwood is up 13-0. Let's see, what else do we have? Beaverton leads. Liberty leads Beaverton 26-11. Of course, Liberty is McMinnville's opponent next week, so that's one to keep a eye on. That's in just start of the third quarter. Tualatin way up on Union from Washington at the half, 50-14. Coming across some names here. Napa, I mentioned, is ahead of Regis, 43-19. Henley now, number 2 Henley. 17, Cascade Christian 14 with about 6 to go in the second quarter. Tualatin. Cottage Grove 28, Pleasant Hill 14.
Give me a shot.
Oh, I got the Newburgh score.
Oh, yeah?
Newburgh 21-0 over Sunset.
What is it?
Newburgh 21-0 over Sunset.
Nice.
Newburgh looking to get their first win of the year. And that was at the half.
That's a good thing. We'd like to see the Tigers back in the winning column.
Yeah. Set up a nice little cross-county rivalry. Yeah, Hood River Valley 37, Centennial at the start of the second half, 0. So we've got running clock there in the second half.
As we have the Lebanon team coming back onto the field in their blue uniforms. As we talked about it before the game, Jeff, used to be red.
Yes, it was red, and with blue stripes and white, lettering still. But
I think back in the day when my dad was here, it was red with white stripes.
I was going to talk about that. You kind of a little bit of a homecoming for the Erickson family tonight. Your dad played football here, was a stud football player from what I understand anyways. And
he was the athlete of the family.
Yeah, and well, you got the good looks.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Or something.
Or something.
But, I think you were telling me he may even may still hold some track records
I think so.
Here at Lebanon High School. And he was here in the early 60s.
Yes. Yes.
So that's neat. And, we drove by, not to get too much behind the curtain, but we drove by your old family farm homestead here, your grandma and grandpa's house down here. It's recently been taken out of the family or transferred out of the family, sold out of the family, but it'll be exciting to see what the next owners decide to do there. But, it's, got to be cool coming back to where your dad played football and sports. And
it was really cool. It's fun to be. It's always been fun. I mean, we've been able to do that for a couple of years, as we were able to do that when Corvallis, we were able to do that with South Albany.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been here to call a game.
It is. Same here, and it's fun. It's fun to hang out here and just kind of be back in the area a little bit. And, let's hopefully for the Grizzlies, though, they'll have some fun in the second half and get some points and get a lead.
That's what we want. We want to win. We want a W. We don't just want the lead. We want the lead at the end of the game when the zeros are up on the clock at the end of the fourth quarter.
I guess it only takes one time to lead, right?
Yep.
You only need to lead in the last play.
That's exactly right.
All right, we're about 4 minutes away from kickoff here as the Warriors are out here first. The Grizzlies taking their time.
I see them coming.
They have a long walk to come, and they are heading down this way. And so we'll take our break. We'll come back, and we'll bring you the second half here moments away here on AM 1260 KLYC and also yamhilltoday.com.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
As we come back here, the Grizzlies are out here now, and we are hit the 3-minute mark until we have our second half kickoff. Jeff, we got to take one more break here in just a bit, but your thoughts and what the Grizzlies have to do to get back in this ball game in the second half.
Well, they got to run the ball, right? And the running of the ball is going to open up the passing lanes for Kane Sullivan. So it's going to be important to try and get the rock to Donahue a little bit more. You've relied on Kane Sullivan. He has a couple big runs, but take those away, and you've really been stymied. So that offensive line needs to start making some holes that the running back can run through, because those 2 defensive linemen for the Warriors that we talked about multiple times in the first half and in the pregame show, Isaac Jordan and Bradley Beard, they have just been causing havoc up front for that McMinnville offensive line.
All righty, we got the second half moments away here on AM 1260 KLYC and yamhilltoday.com. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Hello, everybody. Scott here from Big Box Returns, and can you smell it? I can. Football season is in the air, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it that Ty Tomlin is coming back as coach, and he is going to bring us to the promised land, to the victory that we all deserve. While we're waiting, come on down to Big Box Returns and buy a toaster, maybe a refrigerator, maybe a rug. Who knows? We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555.
All righty, welcome back here as the Grizzlies are coming back onto the field here to start the second half of play. Brian Erickson along with Jeff Ivey. And Jeff, good thing is we've got a whole second half to play. Bad thing is you're giving the, Warriors actually gave the Grizzlies the ball to start off the game. And now they're going to receive it to start off the second half.
100%, Brian. And the even worse news is Lebanon's ahead 21-7.
Yeah, so if you're Lebanon, you're going to try to take some time off the clock.
Yep.
You're going to try to get some more points, of course. But if you're McMinnville, you've got to wake up your defense and stop them.
Yeah, you do. That defense is giving up some big plays. They did a good job stopping them towards the end of that first half, Brian, right on about the 2 or 3 yard line. But you can't give Lebanon so many chances to put points up on the board.
All right, here comes Wilson for the kickoff, and he is going to kick it, and it's going to be taken at about the 5-yard line. Going to go to the far side. He's going to double step and stutter step, and he's going to be hit at about the 15, and that's where Lebanon will have it. So good special teams there by the Grizzlies.
It was a really well-placed kick, and it looked like Lebanon wanted to do a return to the right, which meant a long run across the field, and that was a challenge on that play. So what are they going to put the ball down at the 14, 13-yard line, somewhere right in there to start this drive?
It is, and so you're right. It's going to be there, and now the Grizzly defense, let's see how they look. They look tired in the first half.
They did at the end of that first half. They've been out there quite a long time.
Yeah, they have. Here we go as they come on here, shotgun formation. Edwards is going to hand it off, and they're just going to take it on the ground, and they're going to get a short gain of about a yard, yard and a half. And there you go. It's a nice stop, as you said, Jeff.
Well, right there, it looked like the defensive line pinched in, Brian, and kind of collapsed down in on, shot the gap, so to speak, but pinched down to limit the run there to a yard and a half or so.
As the official had to go pick up the tee, as the tee was left on the field out there. As the wind starting to pick up a little bit. Trips here on the near side for Lebanon. They have used that formation quite a bit here tonight. And they're going to go run up the middle to the right side. It's going to be a big quarterback keeper. And just going forward, he's going to fight his way through the first down marker. What a good job there by Edwards, and a good job of pushing his way was that offensive line.
Yeah, well, they just willed it to the first down, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just kept going, kept that pile of moving. I thought he was going to bust out of there if you wonder why the camera went ahead a little bit.
I thought he was going to be down is what I thought. And he just kept moving and moving. We're just under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter, 10:55 to be exact. Lebanon is trying to take some time off the clock. They lead 21-7. Here we go. It's going to be a throw across the middle. The tight end is caught. Big play across the 50. One guy to beat is Wilson. He's got the angle. Wilson's not going to get to him. Touchdown. What a play. 75 yards. Halsey with the run. Halsey showed his speed as Wilson could not get there.
Yeah, the big play abilities of this Lebanon team, Brian, becoming more and more evident. That's a 75-yard touchdown pass. Of course, they had the 70-yard punt return. So they have been doing it all so far tonight. And now 28-7 with 10:34 to go in the first part of the third quarter.
There you go.
How's that? Can't even. Yeah, we got a penalty here already. Here we go. Referee comes in to throw the penalty from the backside, and again, somebody's being told to get off the field for McMinnville. I don't.
They've been told like 4 times now.
That's the 4th player for McMinnville to be told to leave the field. It's got to be an equipment issue because it was no penalty. I think that was just a way to get the official to stop the clock or, stop the play. Oh.
And here is a block.
Wow.
And so that's the good news. The bad news is Lebanon scored again. Just like we said, they needed to stop them. They couldn't. And Lebanon now extends their lead to a score of 27-7. And that was a big, big play. We're going to keep it right here as we've got 10:34 left to go in the third quarter. Not how you wanted this second half to start for McMinnville.
No. We talked about limiting the big plays. You didn't limit the big play there. And unfortunately for McMinnville, you really got an uphill battle now here. Down 20 points with 10:34 to go in the third quarter. It can be done. I'm not saying it's over, but you got to play with some urgency now for sure. And you got to open up some lanes for your running back to run through, and got to get the passing game going also with Kane Sullivan. So you got an uphill battle, but let's see how Lebanon or McMinnville responds here on their first drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to start throwing the ball. They're going to have to take some chances offensively now, trailing by 20. That being said, only 3 scores. but their offense has struggled to put up more than just the one. This is that big play. Here comes another squib kick, and it's going to be taken down. And the Grizzlies have resorted just laying on the ball now. Wow. As they had one of their up backs just kind of say, I'm going to lay on it, and Belding was not going to let anybody get to it, and that's where the Grizzlies will take it. Kind of a little dangerous, too, because he's laying on the ground. The ball takes a funny bounce off his shoulder pad, then he can't really get up and do anything about
100%. And the other thing is, it's really good control by the kicker to be able to put it in the same spot pretty much every time, right down to about the 30-yard line.
Definitely something they practice over and over this week, and, maybe something they've been doing all year too, but we'll see as the Grizzlies come back and just a roll right up the middle. Not much there by Donahue.
He's really having a tough time tonight, isn't he, Brian?
Yeah.
But you can see if you watch that defensive line, they are shooting through there. The second that ball is moving, they are on the move to the gaps, to the defensive backfield, and really just causing all kinds of havoc. It's been impressive to watch.
Yes, it has. I'm very impressed by this defense right now. Kind of hard to believe they're 1-2 right now.
Yeah.
Because they are playing up and playing well right now against this Grizzly team that came in at 2-1. They got 3 backs in the backfield. McMinnville, and they tried to hand it off. Sullivan can't get it. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to be thrown down to the ground again. The offensive line has allowed this defensive line to get in so many times today. It has been tough for McMinnville to make a stop. And I don't know, Jeff, I wish you had your stats tonight because it would be interesting to see the story it would be telling.
Yeah, well, that, again, a product of the high snap.
Yeah.
The timing was just off, and Sullivan had to jump high. You know, he's a pretty tall kid in there at 6'4", I believe, and he had to jump 3 or 4 inches up to make that play.
They put 3 backs to get in the backfield.
6'2".
Something they haven't put in this year, and now they're going to run a little option play. Sullivan's going to keep it, come to the near side. He's got 3 guys coming after him, and he is taken down hard. But not before he picks up about 7-8 yards. Call it to the 32. They get 31. And so a nice pickup, but they needed a lot more. Still going to bring up 4th and long for McMinnville.
That's not what you like to see from your starting quarterback, though, Brian, is to come up kind of gingerly there, walking a little bit like that was a tough hit when he was thrown to the ground. He was caught from behind, quite honestly, and tackled forward and landed upon. So let's hope Kane is okay. Let's hope that that's nothing more than just, football-related
He is taking his time getting over there.
He is.
Now, here we go, Jeff. They are going to kick now. Standing back at the end. There's a bad snap, or there's a delay of game, or there's something.
Yep, false start, it looks like.
Okay. Well, Jeff.
They're going the wrong way to start
They
this.
really are. They really are. They gave up the score they didn't want to give up,
Yep.
and then offensively, they haven't been able to go forward.
No.
And that's a tough one.
Move the ball back to the 20-yard line with 8:19 to go here in the third quarter.
As they come on to kick now, I believe that is Stocker, who has done well. Bad snap once again. He just gets a wobbly end-over-end, weird, wild kick, and this is going to go out of bounds. Maybe not a bad thing because the last time he punted, they had an 8-yard positive net gain. That time went out of bounds, goes to the 40, and no return.
Yep. Well, just over 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 8:05 to be exact, and Lebanon's going to have darn good field position about the 40-yard line to start this drive. So you kind of feel like this is the do-or-die stand, don't you, Brian, as a defense? You kind of feel like if Lebanon's able to go down and score, that this game is pretty much out of reach for McMinnville, as they've just been struggling on offense other than 1 or 2 plays. It's just been a long night on offense for them.
And the key has been this defense. This defense of Lebanon has been really good.
Yep.
8:05 to go. Here we go. Edwards shotgun formation. He's got a 1 guy in motion, a little fly sweep. He's going to do it. He's going to try to cut. No, he's going to keep it. Edwards himself, and he's going to go forward on a weird attempted fly sweep.
It was attempted like fake fly sweep, and then follow that wide receiver down the line, as now it looks like the quarterback for Lebanon is kind of gimpy there a little bit on the sideline, jumping up and down. I don't know if he's got a cramp or what, but McMinnville's got a player down here too, Brian, here on the near side, and that's big old number 55, Isaiah Fanati.
As there's like a cramp there, as the Lebanon trainer has been very active tonight.
Yeah, helping out for sure.
Johnny on the spot right there for both teams. As Grizzlies are got Coach Tomlin coming over with the trainer. As we have 7:53 to go here in the third quarter, Lebanon leads 27-7. We need to take a break. We'll go ahead and take a break. It's been all Lebanon, but there's still lots of time left. We're still in the third quarter. Don't go away. You're listening to McMinnville Grizzly Football here on AM 1260 KLYC and YamHillToday.com.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
As we come back here to action, here come the Warriors now on 2nd down and 7 as the clock now begins to tick down with 7:40 to go. Edwards throws it to his tight end right up the middle across the 50, goes forward, gets across the 40, down to the 38-yard line. They've used that play about 3 times tonight. Last time, big touchdown.
Yep, and that was the very same thing. Those tight ends are doing a good job, Brian, and I was told that the tight ends look for them on a lot of passing plays tonight, and they sure have been targets of those passes from Edwards.
And Edwards throws a
bullet.
Wicked pass. Yes, he does. And it's a tough one, which they've had trouble a couple times in the first quarter. Not much in the second quarter, and not yet in the third. Here they go. Handoff, and it's going to go on the left side. Going to go forward, and a nice job defensively by the Grizzlies. A short gain there, and I'm going to try to get my glasses so I can see, Jeff. I have no light here at all.
I think the play was made by Alex Kelleher. Yeah.
Keller with the takedown, and a good job there by him. We heard his name a lot last week, and nice to hear it now. Hopefully we can hear it a few more times. We're down to 6:45 to go, and here's a handoff to the back, and going forward, not much. They don't get in a good spot at all. They get a spot up at the 34. Okay, they do here on this side.
Yeah.
Far side they weren't, but they do mark on the 34. Gaining a couple yards. Going to bring up 3rd down now and 6 for the Warriors. All righty. They are doing what they want to do, Jeff. They're taking off clock, and they extended their lead, and they're driving the ball. Warriors have done a good job here in this second half. Grizzlies on their one possession. Struggled going forward. Here we go. Good snap. They're going to throw it on the far side. It's a little screen play, and there's going to be a 1st down and more as he gets across the 1st down marker and then hit out of bounds, and it's going to be a mark to the 27-yard line. Halsey with the reception as we have hit the 6:02 mark here in this ballgame, and now Lebanon's going to speed it up a little bit, Jeff.
Just a quick hitter there on the far side, Brian. They saw something they liked on the far side, and they were able to go for the big pass play for the 1st down.
Yeah, you hit something. As we are in tempo. There we go. We're back now. We're back to tempo as they slow it down now. I thought they were going to go a little bit faster, and they're going to hand it off in the backfield. Breaks one tackle, and he's going to get about 4 yards. And nice job there of taking him down. But still, I would say good job by their back, just getting that 4 or 5 yards.
It's interesting. The last 3 or 4 runs, I believe, have been to the boundary, the near boundary.
Yeah.
last couple times when they were on this near sideline, they ran this way, or the near hash mark. Now they're on the far hash mark. They went to the close boundary over there. That's an interesting concept.
Trying to open up something here, maybe do a big
try and
strike
spread
here.
the field out to the far side and then run against it.
Well, as we have a flag, and it's going to go against Lebanon probably. And one thing you have to watch out, this Lebanon team will do that, Jeff, and then that big tight end, which has been very successful here.
Sprague 40, North 7 in the second half.
Wow. We knew Sprague's for real.
I don't know if we knew that at the beginning of the year.
No, I didn't say that. We know now. We know now.
Yeah.
They've put some things together. So I don't know how tough this
Central Valley is.
Central Valley is either. I know how tough.
Well, Sheldon's good.
Yes. Sheldon showed us how good they were. They showed a lot of people how good they were.
They did.
All right, here we go. 4:52 and counting. Second down and 11 after the penalty. We got single coverage here by the Grizzlies. They're trying to stop the run. Almost had somebody jump off sides. They're going to throw it. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to go to the right side. And Weber's going to go, Edwards breaks one tackle. He's going to get a first down, looks like, and more as he gets down near the 15. Wow.
Just shifting us, Brian. We mentioned it earlier. McMinnville looked like they had several chances to make the play on the ball, and using those quick feet and shiftiness, he's able to get down and get another first down for Lebanon now with 4:24 to go in the third quarter. And Lebanon doing a good job not only on this drive but also bleeding the clock as they've had the ball almost 4 minutes on this drive.
Exactly what they want to do. They might just keep this ball on the ground. Well, they're going to throw it, and they're going to have a receiver come out of the backfield, and he's going to get inside the 4-yard line. Nice play. The Grizzlies say they came up with the ball. They say the ball popped out, and the officials are going to say, no, he was down at the 4. And so that's all going to be for naught. The Grizzlies still fighting for that, Jeff.
Yeah, I saw the ball pop up, but I think it was because the back hit the ground.
Yeah.
Now do you go to a tight end pass in the middle of the field? You just brought in one of your big tight ends, number 43 there. That's Zach Halsey.
I think they're probably just going to keep it on the ground, take some more time off, and they've been successful as they go to the right side, and he's going to get inside the 1-yard line, and another good run, and they continue the clock running. Exactly what they want to do.
Yep, and right up on the ball here with 3:36 to go.
Wow, this has been.
Yeah, this is one of those backbreaker drives.
Yeah,
Brian.
It's just a statement drive.
Yeah.
And they're making a statement here. Is going to be a quarterback keeper here. Nope. Hand off to the big back. He's going to go on the left side. Flag comes flying in as he gets into the end zone.
That's probably coming back where that flag is at, though.
Yeah, a little exuberation there, all for naught, as they will bring it back. As the official is going to say a chop block by the Warriors. And so they will bring it on back. Good thing they didn't score. Bad thing is, get some more time to milk the clock.
It does. Should be a 10-yard or 15-yard penalty here. They'll move the ball back. Yep. So it's going to be second and goal from the 16.
So with 3:20 to go in the third quarter, it is 27-7 in favor of Lebanon. As they come up here now, second and goal, as Jeff said, from the 16-yard line. Shotgun formation for Edwards. And he is going to run it himself, roll the right side. He's going to stutter step. He's going to break one tackle and then fights his way forward for a gain of about 3 yards. Gets to the 18-yard line. Going to bring up third down.
The 13-yard line.
And they're just milking it. Inside 3 minutes now, Brian. This is a 5-minute drive, 5+ minute drive. It's one of those things where, earlier they were rushing up to the line of scrimmage on this drive. Now their quarterback's here still getting the play call from his head coach, Walker.
He's going to look in there closely and try to see about the 5 seconds. And we've had 3 delay of game calls here tonight already. And we've got movement on the Grizzlies. They don't call it. They're going to throw it to the end zone. Kind of a high pass for Large. Large goes up, catches it. What a catch. They're going to say he was out of bounds.
That's a close one. We got it on video replay.
Looked like
that's a close one. That's a real close one.
They are going to say he was out of bounds. And
wow, I
that's
thought
gonna bring
he
it forward.
was. Well, 2:36 to go. That's one of those where you're like, oh boy, that's a bang bang play for the official. To be fair, but
Well, you had two officials right there.
you
so
did.
Here we go. It is 4th down. They're going to try to mix it up, and I think they're going to call a timeout. They are going to call a timeout to talk about it. Smart play because with the score 27-7 with 2:36 to go, you would love to score on this, Jeff, and just kind of add to that lead.
Yeah, and really put a fork in it at that point. 34, 35 points, whatever it might be. 33-7 is almost an insurmountable lead.
Well, it is, like I said, 2:36 left to go in the third quarter. It is 27-7, and you're listening and watching Grizzly football here on YamHillToday.com and AM 1260 KLYC in McMinnville. Glad to have you, Brian Erickson, along with Jeff Ivey, Dick Mason back at Command Central, keeping us up and running as well. Jeff, we didn't get a chance. Beavers are a bye this week.
BYE, yep.
Oregon takes on UCLA. Late night.
Late night?
8 o'clock.
Oh, boy.
I've been asleep through that one.
8 o'clock? Is that Eastern or
no,
Pacific?
Pacific.
Nothing like Big Ten after dark, eh?
That's why they got it, right?
Yeah, Liberty 32, Beaverton 17, 5:20 to go in the third quarter. That's, of course, McMinnville's next opponent. Sherwood 13, Tigers 7, end of the third. Give you a couple more scores as we have them coming in here.
And it's come back to action here with 2:36 to go. 4th and goal. They're going to go for it, leading 27-7. Edwards is going to roll out. He's going to look. He's going to stop. He's got some pressure in the back. He's going to step up under pressure. Flags come flying in. Hops his way across the 5. Going to get down near the goal line. But there is a flag back at the 21-yard line.
Now, do you take the penalty or do you take the ball?
You want the ball at the 1-yard line?
Yeah, or do you take the penalty?
I think you take the ball at the 1-yard line.
I do too.
And you're trailing 27-7, and why not?
2:25 to go in the third quarter. Yeah, they're talking to him, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're talking to him. You can have the ball on the 2, or you can have him.
That's a discussion for the.
Yep,
for
looks
the
like they're going to take the ball on the 2.
All righty.
As the offense gets ready to run onto the field. So nice defensive stand again. That's 2 defensive stands.
We missed the play call there by the official, but that's okay.
I saw it.
Nobody else did. Oh, so you think it's a good
You don't
call?
come to the game to watch the officials, right? That's what they say. If you don't see or notice the officials, it's a good game.
All those times I wore the pinstripes, they didn't come see me?
No.
Huh. I thought they did.
Your name wasn't Millard. Your name wasn't Millard.
They sure talked to me a lot. They sure jeered me a lot.
Yeah.
Jeered, not
Jeered,
cheered.
not cheered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be at the 2-yard line for McMinnville. So this is going to be a challenge.
It is, and that's going to be a tough one.
2:25.
Because you really had a hard time moving forward last time.
Yes.
Last possession.
42-7. Sprague over North must have got a.
Game's over, Jeff.
It is.
It's over.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
You think so?
I mean, no,
they must have got a safety.
Well, that game's
which
over.
could happen here too. As somebody's going to call timeout.
Yes. Oh my! Lots of talking going on. I'm not sure what they're going to talk
Are the
about.
officials having a conversation here?
I think everyone's having a conversation. I think it's one of those nights where it's like, okay.
Well, they still haven't moved the 4th. Are they saying is it a first down? No, it was 4th and goal.
Jeff, don't pontificate over too much. Just a reminder, next week we've got action at home. We'll be back at home finally. I've only been gone for 2 weeks, right? Against Liberty.
Yeah.
And that'll be on October 4th. And then after that will be a Thursday night game at Newburgh. We'll bring you all the action as well on that one.
Yes.
As now we have the officials talking to the head coach. And if you're the head coach of the Warriors, you might be thinking, hey, what about that thing at the first half?
Yeah.
When they call that .5 on the clock.
Exactly.
So they're explaining to Coach Troy Walker what they decided on there.
I'm just nervous that McMinnville's, their run game has not been effective. especially in short yardage type of things. Not that this is short yardage, but you want to get away from the goal line.
Right.
You want to get away from that 2-yard line and go forward. And they've had trouble establishing a consistent forward run.
Now, if you're Lebanon, do you just kind of go all after him and try to sack him and do whatever? They're going to throw it. Sullivan steps way back. They're going to throw a bomb here on the near side. Have a receiver, and it's incomplete. 2 receivers going against Wilson, and they had him covered really well.
I think that was pretty obvious with double coverage there on Wilson. Don't you think that Lebanon kind of knew what they were going to do? And you know what? I like that play call, actually, the go pattern deep in your own end zone. What the heck? Maybe get lucky.
Exactly. You might as well go for something like that, especially when you're trailing by a score of 27-7.
And when your running game has not, been non-existent for most of the game tonight.
Clock is stopped with 2:19 to go. The wind is still swirling out here, and they're going to bring Wilson out here, single coverage once again. And the ball is dropped in the end zone, and they fumbled it. And let's see who has it. Lebanon's calling for a safety.
I think the ball.
They're saying
put it at the 1-yard line.
Wow, inside the 1.
McMinnville got lucky there, didn't they, Brian?
Yeah, they did, because the ball came out of Sullivan's hand and just dropped on the turf, and they were fortunate that Lebanon didn't pick it up for the score.
I'm not sure who got on that, but somebody in the white jerseys did a good job seeing it laying there.
Here we go, 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Handoff. They're just going to hand off to the first back, and really not much there. Maybe a little bit of a push forward.
Maybe.
Not much, as they're coming right up to inside the 1 as well, and that's going to bring up 4th down now, Jeff, and you're punting, and your punter is just standing in the back of your end zone.
Well, we know punts have been a challenge. Special teams have been a challenge for McMinnville, and Lebanon looks to get the ball in really good field position here, Brian.
Well, Large is standing on the 33-yard line of the Grizzlies, as they're going to move them back to maybe the 35, 36, but Stocker's going to be standing in the in line to punt this ball, and Lebanon may be going for the block here. If not, you're going to have Large, though, who could have a good return. He's had a couple here tonight. Down to 56 seconds. They are taking their time. They're trying to milk the clock, Jeff, big time. Bad snap. Ball's on the ground, and it's going to be kicked. It is blocked in the end zone, and they picked it up, and it's going to be a touchdown. Well, they got there. The block was there. Bad snap, and not a chance to even get it off. And the ball was probably taken off the foot, if anything.
If anything. Well, I couldn't see who recovered it, Brian, but you pick a number out there on that punt return team other than the returner, and it could have been anybody score that touchdown with 43 seconds to go. It's now 33-7, and, of course, we have the extra point coming up.
We say the time, Jeff, is Grady Cox on to kick the extra point. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. And here's a bad snap, and he goes right back into the hands of the snap holder, and he's going to take it. He's going to run. He could throw it. He's going to run here the near side. He's going to score. And here comes a flag late. They're saying it's going to go against Lebanon. But when it rains, it pours there, and the snapper went back for it, and they are going to say it is a holding against Lebanon. And you know what? That hold came way behind the play.
It did. And I never understand. Yeah, it's technically holding, right?
Yeah.
But did it affect the play? No. No, way behind the play, like you described. Now, had it been right on the edge where the play was going? Yes. But 15 yards back behind the play? I'm not sure if he'd make that call.
Did he break the rules?
He did.
Got to call it. So just like that, they are going to go for the 2-point conversion now. All right.
What the heck, huh?
The normal way or the old, well, way back at the 12s, not usually.
Way back.
Here they go. They're going to throw it. They throw it right down the middle, and it is incomplete. Throws a bullet. He did pay the price, too, as Landon Fay came back there and hit him after he threw it, and it is going to be no good. So after all that, 2-point conversion does not count. Our score is 33-7 with 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and we'll keep it right here. No, we'll go. Yeah, we'll keep it right here. We will keep it right here.
We're going to keep it here?
We will. We only
Okay.
have one break, and it takes us into the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Well, Jeff, you're McMinnville. You have lots to work on. What do you start with now? You still have a whole quarter to play and a whole quarter to work on.
Yeah, number one, got to keep Kane Sullivan upright and healthy.
Yep.
Okay. I think this game's out of hand, out of reach, not out of hand, but out of reach. So you got to keep your players healthy. Keep Landon Fay healthy. Keep Jacob Fairbank healthy. Keep Donahue healthy. Keep your key players, Bryce Wilson, healthy. You know, I'd like to see a score. I'd like to see some more points put up on the scoreboard, Brian, tonight. Get a little positive going, but it's been just a battle down here, and McMinnville's just been on the wrong side of all the little tiny wars in the battle. All the little skirmishes, let's say.
Here's a score for you. So they do a little onside kick. It hits the up back, and Lebanon's going to recover it. Wow. It's exactly what they wanted to do. And they did more of the squib anything is what it was. A hard kick, hit off a Grizzly, went right back to the Warriors. Here's a third quarter score for you from Grants Pass. Grants Pass leads 40-35 on top of South right now. Yeah.
What quarter?
Third quarter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That surprises me a little bit.
Yep.
Just saying.
In fact, excuse me, well, let's figure that out. It is the third quarter. 10:59 to go in the third quarter, in fact. It's what I hear.
Interesting.
They're showing the scoreboard, so.
Interesting.
Even more interesting. And we have 42 seconds left here. Here's a handoff on the left side. And I think now, Jeff, with Lebanon, their job is just to run the clock, milk the clock, get out of this game healthy for them, and hopeful for McMinnville as well. But you have some things to work on.
You do. A lot of things to work on. Number one, in my book, special teams.
Yeah.
You've given up 14 points on special teams, given them extra possessions on special teams. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. And it looks like maybe this is going to be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, you're down to 11 seconds now. That is going to be the end of the quarter, and so we'll go ahead and take it as well. So the end of the third quarter of play. It's been all Lebanon tonight from Lebanon High School. They lead 33-7. Don't go away. We'll be back with the fourth quarter coming up right after this message from Willamette Valley Medical Center.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
Hello, everybody. Scott here from Big Box Returns, and can you smell it? I can. Football season is in the air, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it that Ty Tomlin is coming back as coach, and he is going to bring us to the promised land, to the victory that we all deserve. While we're waiting, come on down to Big Box Returns and buy a toaster, maybe a refrigerator, maybe a rug. Who knows? We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
As we come back here, and Jeff, I know where I'm going tomorrow. Going to Big Box Returns.
Okay.
I am.
Okay, that's great. He gets me pumped up every time.
Always. Going to go see Scott and Amy, so yeah, should be a fun time.
All right.
All right, folks, we're getting ready for the fourth quarter of play here, and it's been all Lebanon here tonight, 33-7. And now we just need the Grizzlies to work on things because you've got a big game against Liberty next week.
And they're up big 46-17, I believe, is the last time I had a score on that game.
Wow, as they hand off to their big back here, and he's just going to run to the right, and he's going to cross the 40, going to get a first down, and another big run to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be what you're going to see the rest of this night from Lebanon. They're just going to run the ball, and the Grizzlies are just going to try to stop them.
I'd be very surprised if you see a pass.
Yeah.
You're just going to see the run and milk the clock. Milk it, and get out of here with the victory for Lebanon tonight. Not very good hosts on homecoming, are they?
No, they're very nice outside
Yes.
before the game and stuff. And then the game started. It was all, oh, man, craziness.
Well, the team to the other team. The fans have been great.
Oh, they have. But it's the score we care about right now.
Right.
33-7. Handoff once again. He's going to go right to the right, breaks one tackle, and he's going to get down to the 20-yard line. Just too easy there as Weber's got 2 touchdowns in this ball game already. He was really running through one tackle there for another.
Exactly.
Oh, my.
11:15 to go now. I don't know why the clock is stopped, but it is.
33-7 is our score, in case you're wondering. And the clock now needs to run as they do get it back and going now. And they are going to take their time and wait till the hand comes up from the official to signal 5 seconds left. That's where we need to, there it is. And I get into motion, and here they go. Hand off to Weber, and he's going to go forward. Not much there. Good job there defensively, and a good job there by the Grizzlies for making the stop, which we haven't seen too much of here tonight there. And that was Seahaver with the stop there for McMinnville.
You know, Brian, in basketball they have a shot clock now at all the high schools.
Uh-huh.
Could they not put a clock on the field at football stadiums?
I'm sure they could. It's just a matter of money and wiring, right?
Sure.
I mean, a little easier to wire a gym, I think, with a shot clock than it is to have a clock here for football, which you have to have way out. Where would you put it here, Jeff?
I'd put one in each end zone.
Well,
or you could hang it from the bottom of the goalpost.
As Weber gets another handoff, he's going to be gang tackled there after a short gain. Yeah. Well, if we're going to talk about this, we have time to. Might as well. I mean, really, it's weird to have it on the goalpost. But then you're going to put it very far against the fence. You have a big track here.
Yeah, I would say somewhere near the goalpost. But the reason I ask you is I just think it would be a little more clear as to how much time is actually left. You know what I mean? I know, but
throw your hand up 5 seconds, right?
But I don't know.
I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But, we've done everything else and gone digital with the game. Let's keep something in it, right?
Oh, there was a pass.
There was a pass right there to the tight end. He's going to catch it. He's going to go in, then out, and into the end zone touchdown. Too easy right there. 20-yard reception by the tight end once again.
Yep, right on cue. The big tight end, number 43, Zach Helsley, makes the play, and he has done an outstanding job tonight. Just going down about 7-8 yards, turn, make a catch, turn upfield, score a touchdown. Have we said that more than once tonight? Seems like we have.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea. This is not the game we expected here tonight.
No.
Nobody did.
It's not.
And here is the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score is 40-7 with 9:26 to go. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Score, 40-7. Grizzlies trailing to the Warriors. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
Well, as we come back, Jeff, we missed that squib kick. Same thing we've seen all night long, though.
Yep, they're just going to keep going to it, Brian, and I don't blame them. It's worked. You've gotten one recovery on it, And McMinnville, quite frankly, just struggles on special teams. So,
Hello, everybody. Scott here from Big Box Returns. And
guys, on the return. See what McMinnville has left in the tank here, Brian, with 9:21 to go.
All right, as we come back here, sorry about that. A little mix-up as we got a handoff. And Donahue goes to the right side. He's going to break one tackle, a second tackle across the 40, 30. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. A nice, huge run. One of the first big runs we've seen tonight. And no flags way back there.
It was a nice run, albeit against a lot of backups.
Yeah.
But it's a nice run. It's a positive. You can take positiveness from that. They marked the ball right out at the 10-yard line. 8:59 to go. And are we interesting. He's running clock with only up 33.
Well, Jackie was calling for it.
Was she?
She was. As there's a handoff right up the middle, not much there as he goes forward. And it's going to bring up second down as we're at 8:39 and counting. His second and goal. As they come up here now. They're taking some time too, Jeff.
They are.
Might as well, right?
Yep. Not going to hurt. You're not going to score 5 touchdowns in 8 minutes, most likely.
All righty, as they come up here. As they come out here, Jeff, with 8-11. Still a lot of confusion out there.
Offsides on the defense. Offsides on the defense. So march it down inside the 5-yard line there. It's a half a distance to the goal.
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Second and goal from somewhere between the 5 and the 4-yard line. That's what I like to say. Not the yard line, as a lot of people do.
Yeah, exactly. So we have another flag come flying in. Oh, my, Jeff.
This one's going to be against McMinnville.
Motion against the Grizzlies. Back them up 5 yards.
I think Jeff's more frustrated than anybody right now.
7 yards there, Mr. Official. The ball was on the 4, and now it's on the 11.
I'll move that for you. There we go.
Jeff,
don't hit this table, my friend.
I won't. But come on,
the earthquake
official, that was a
7
7-yard penalty.
Here we go, the handoff there, and go right up the middle, and he gets forward for a few yards, and it's going to come down to 7:52 and counting now. A lot of frustration out there for the Grizzlies.
Andrew Fenton with the stop for the Warrior defense.
And one of the guys coming off the field there, Jeff.
For McMinnville?
Yeah,
lineman, that's number 71. That's Jesse Hardy. 6'3", 270-pound senior.
Hopefully he's going to be all right.
3rd and 8 with 7:25 to go.
Here it is. They're going to throw it, and Sullivan's going to roll to the right side. He's going to keep it. He's going to try to go himself, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown.
Into the end zone for the touchdown.
Kane Sullivan with the score. 8-yard run on 3rd and 8. One of the few bright spots and one of the few bright plays for the Grizzlies here tonight.
He's got both touchdowns for McMinnville. You remember that 65-yard or so run that he had, 70-yard run that he had earlier in the ball game, and he takes it in from 7 out right there. 7:15 to go in the game.
Makes it 40-13 as Wilson will come on to kick the extra point.
Out of Sullivan's hole.
And we'll keep it right here. And just reading that, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, Jeff, they've come on and scored, and well, a little too late.
Way too little, way too late. Future opponent for McMinnville, Sherwood 21, Tigard 14. So Sherwood continues their winning ways. We'll see Sherwood at home on October 18th.
Folks, don't forget to put on your traveling shoes.
And let's see if we have any other scores here.
For their first league game next Friday
Nope.
night.
Got no other updates for you on
All right, well, I'll give you some stuff then. Well, we are going to keep it right here.
Okay.
As
there's some, maybe.
we look down, and and Amity trailing to Sandy Am Christian right now, 28
They were ahead
to
earlier.
20. So the score we have is that. South Salem trailing to Grants Pass 40 to 35, and we have Cascade winning big, and that's final. As we've got more action ready, as we have got a kickoff coming up here.
Yeah, does McMinnville do an onside kick here, Brian?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think a squib kick would work. You know, why not just throw it down here and do it quickly up the middle? I think that's one way to do it, but I don't think you do an onside kick. Here we go, 40-14 with 7:15 to go. Ball game. Here is the kick. It's going to be long and high, taking at the 12-yard line. Going to go and take his time and try to find somebody up the middle. Breaks a tackle, breaks a second tackle, gets across the 30-yard line to the 32. And that was a very slow developing play as another flag comes flying in there. And that was that Halsey? It was. Halsey just kind of waited. The junior waited.
Very patient.
Look for blocker, look for it. Gonna go now and went. And decent return as we have a flag back at the 33-yard line.
A lot of discussions that the officials have had tonight when they've thrown a flag, haven't there been at times?
Hey,
Long discussions. It looks like it's going to be against McMinnville.
Personal foul.
All right, personal foul against the Grizzlies. And that's going to move it into Lebanon territory. And they're going to move it to the 47-yard line with 7:08 to go. 40-14 is our score. Just a reminder, next week we'll be back at home. Yes, some home cooking. Finally. We need it. We're trailing 40-14.
Well, yeah, they're undefeated at home.
Yes.
See if they can continue that next week.
First loss was last week against West Salem. Loss number 2 coming tonight to the Warriors.
It's going to be a challenge next week, though, with Liberty on the menu.
Yes, Liberty. As Landon Fay with the takedown after a gain to about the 46-yard line.
A little surprised that Bryson Edwards is still out there, Brian, at quarterback for Lebanon, but a lot of backups in at other positions.
You look, too, on their team, they don't have a lot of depth.
They don't.
They're a smaller team.
That is true.
They are in the 5A level.
Yep.
Some of that comes down to the depth. You know, they don't have a
Yeah.
lot of players, but they've got some skilled players.
They do. Some speedy skill players.
We're down to 6:30 and counting. As they are going to just kind of take it down there. As you said, Edwards still in that shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off, going to the right side. He's going to cut it up, breaking tackle, and he gets inside the 40 and then gets pulled another 3 yards for the tackle, Grady Cox, and he's going to get another first down for the Warriors.
He did a good job there. He could have easily ran to the sideline and gone out of bounds, but he cut back inside right at the end to keep that clock running. Now at 6 minutes to go here in the game.
Just a reminder to join us next week on Friday night at 6:45 for the pregame show.
I'll be there.
All right, should be fun. 7 o'clock with the kickoff. You'll be there too.
I should be.
If you make it that 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's.
You make it through the pregame
exactly.
show. Oh my! Here we go. Down to 5:42. And Cox is just going to run up the middle, and he's going to get to the 35 and then pushed down by the Grizzlies. Looks like the Grizzlies may have traveled as many people as like Lebanon brought to the game.
Yeah.
So we saw him on the bus on the way over here. Might see him on the way back as well.
Well, you may.
We're getting down to the 5:10 mark now. You can hear the band on the left of us and the cheerleaders and the crowd still into it. It's been all Lebanon tonight. Here we go as they're going to wait to the last 5 seconds to snap the ball. And there is the signal. Here they go. Here's the snap. Cox is going to go to the right side. Cox stops on a dime, and he's going to be tackled, but not before he gets to the 30-yard line. And going to be close to a first down. He'll pick up about 4.5, 5 yards.
And you can see again there, he had the option to continue to the sideline, cut it back in at the last minute and said, you know what, I'd rather take the time than the extra yard.
Yeah.
So third and a long one, short 2.
And those decisions have allowed a minute plus to go off the clock.
Yeah, at 4:22 now. And I'm sure they're going to just – oh, they snapped it pretty quick there.
They did. They got to Cox, and he's going to fight all he can, and he may not have even got back to the line of scrimmage there.
I don't think he did, and I think, that was trying to run a quick play to catch McMinnville kind of out of sorts, but their defense stood up there, fourth down, and now it is a full 2 yards. In this 3:55 to go.
I think if you're Lebanon, you're with that time left, Jeff, you just run up the middle.
Yep.
Make it happen. If you get it, great. If not,
turn the ball over with about 3.5 to go.
They got 70 yards to go. Maybe 67, 68 maybe. Here they go. They're going to wait for the last 5 seconds. No, we've got a whistle.
Timeout.
Official whistle.
Looking, I didn't see he's behind the pole, Jeff. They're going to say it's
moving
against.
The ball.
It was against Lebanon.
Huh.
He was behind the pole, so I didn't see what the call was.
I was going to say I didn't either. Thrown by the far official, I think on the far side. Was it maybe a false start on the wide receiver?
Motion, yeah. But I know there's no sunflower seeds.
Yes, it was right in there.
So I could see that. Okay. Hard to see in the dark. But here we go. Fourth down, they're going to go for it. They are going to hand it off, and they're going to get stopped. In fact, they're going to lose about 3 yards to the 38-yard line. And the Grizzlies will take over with 3:22 to go here in this ball game.
That was a good defensive stand. Yes, granted it was against some backups.
Yeah.
But you stopped Lebanon for once in this second half because they have been very dominant is a good way to say it. They've controlled this football game pretty much from the get-go. But now Lebanon comes up, and do we have a new quarterback in there for McMinnville, or is that still Kane? I can't see because of the post.
It's Kane.
Okay. Kane still in there, running back or wide receiver. Looks like we have a new running back, though, in there.
I'm not sure, Dick, what you mean by that cryptic question, but we go back to action here, and they just go right up the middle as they get to the 35, 36. A loss of about 2 yards there.
I think that might have been Walters or Carnahan. I'm not sure who wears what. Carnahan's a 6'1" sized back, and Walters is 5'7". Carnahan's 6'3", excuse me. And he's now it looks like, is that Bizon in there? I think that is at quarterback, number 10.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
It is Bison, and he's going to hand it off to the back, who's going to go forward, and he's going to get it across the 40-yard line and make it the 43.
Yeah. That running back, although he's wearing 31, it was listed as Jace Walters. It looks a lot like Taylor Carnahan.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you.
It's hard. You have the double numbers, and you have changes for home and away.
Home and away. So
all right. So it was a delay of game. Yes, Dick. I just get kind of nervous when we talk about delays because of what we had the other couple nights or a couple weeks ago.
You mean the lightning delays?
Yes. So 2 minutes. Here we go. Back to action. Throw right up the middle. Incomplete. Pass is intended for Wilson, and it's going to bring up. Is that fourth down now? 4th and 5. So with 1:57 to go, they do stop the clock, and the Grizzlies will be.
Looked like to me that Wilson started to turn just a little bit ahead before the ball got there. Dropped the ball.
They will be kicking here, and new quarterback, and they don't throw a lot to each other.
Nope.
But here we go. They are in. They're
going to go for it.
Why not? And here they go. They're going to throw it across the middle, and ball's incomplete. Just a little underthrown there, and I believe that was for Matlack, and it was. And Bison just a little underthrow at the junior. Had him there, and it is going to be a turnover or downs for Lebanon. Now, if you're Lebanon, Jeff, 1:53 to go. Just milk the clock is what you're probably going to see. You have a new quarterback in there for Lebanon.
Maybe.
As well. It looks like you might, is that Logan Taylor, who's going to be the quarterback? It's
number 13.
Oh, no, it's not Taylor. That's going to be.
Ian Raybold?
Raybold, okay.
I don't. Oh no, nope. Edwards just came running in.
Okay, there you go.
Yep, there you go.
I thought they were throwing a new quarterback, but
Yep.
want to give him some last-minute instruction, apparently.
Yep. I think they got some very third stringers in there. Somebody's not quite ready for the play.
No, he is now.
Yep. And
Tell
what
him
are we
to play.
running? What are we going to run? Okay, you're going to
Student body right. You're going to get it.
Yep, hand off left.
Exactly. Here we go. And guess what?
To the
He's
right.
going to get it. To the
Good
right.
call.
He's going to be taken down. Ooh, and he's throwing down hard. He paid the price. An aggressive tackle there by the Grizzlies.
That was Kellner. I probably said that wrong, so I'm sorry.
Well, I got Stalker also being number
Stalker.
85, but I don't know
Okay.
which one's which anymore. So it could be both. We're down to 1:28 to go. Here we go, taking their time. Maybe about 2 more plays left, possibly. It is 2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2. It's like slow motion. And then they finally hand it off, and then rolling to the right, and nothing there, and then pounding the ground. Because he's a little frustrated, Jeff, that he didn't have anywhere. That's Cabuto. Javier Cabuto, the sophomore. Getting some action, though.
Yeah.
Great varsity action. Love to see that.
Good experience as you go through your progression of your career in high school.
Cabuto stays back there. Edwards, shotgun formation with 44 seconds. This should be the last play of the game. As the crowd is now into it, big time. You can hear the fans to the left of us, the student body. Here's the snap, and they're going to hand it off Cabuto. He's going to go. He's going to stutter step. He's going to be taken down, and coming there with the nice tackle there for the Grizzlies. I believe that's Bradley Thompson, the junior, and that should be the last play of the ball game, and it is. And the Grizzlies lose, Jeff, by a score of 40-14.
Just a tough night, Brian, on all sides of the ball for McMinnville. They were thoroughly dominated on all 3 aspects, offense, defense, and special teams tonight. And always a tough place to come play, Lebanon, and they found that out tonight as Ty Tomlin came home back where he won a state championship and was not his best night as a coach at Lebanon High School.
No, it was a good night for the Lebanon Warriors.
they
they
did a
came
great
out,
job.
they played well, they did everything right. The few big scores were touchdowns there by our quarterback, Kane Sullivan.
Yep.
But really, I got to give to you, this defense really was the star of the game tonight for me, for Lebanon.
They were, Brian. Those 2 interior linemen, Isaac Jordan and Bradley Beard, would be my players of the game for Lebanon tonight as they just really threw wrenches at the offensive line of McMinnville and were in the backfield causing all kinds of havoc all night long tonight. And kudos to Kane for trying to do his best tonight, but it was just a long night and an uphill battle for McMinnville all night long.
All righty. That's their final score, 40-14. Don't go away. We got the post-game show. We'll break it down, give you a few scores, and we got to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm chilly.
Final score, 40-14. Here's a word from Willamette Valley Medical Center.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process, from low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement. They are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900. Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy and Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
That was a message from Willamette Valley Medical Center. And welcome back here to Lebanon High School. Brian Nurse along with Jeff Ivey. We'll take a short post-game show as we need to get back on the road and get home. Getting a little chilly out here.
It is.
But
first night I've been chilly at a football game so far this year.
Yeah, and, it's the first time I put a sweatshirt on in a football game this year, too. So,
to be fair, we've been in press boxes, and we're a little more exposed tonight.
Yeah, yes, we are. Well, that's the chilliness.
Yeah.
Final score 40-14. It was all Lebanon here tonight, Jeff.
It was from the get-go, Lebanon just came out and looked like the dominant team on the they controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And then when you got a quarterback that can make big plays, make big runs, get the ball out to wide receivers who can make big plays, and the tight ends really played a big part of this game tonight. McMinnville was flustered all night long, and, the game's over, thankfully, and we move on to next week, and it doesn't get any easier with Liberty coming to town.
No, it doesn't. Liberty's going to be a tough one. We'll bring you all the action here at 6:45, the pregame show, postgame show at 7 p.m.
As a matter of fact, Liberty won tonight 53-23 over Beaverton. So
wow,
they're doing what Liberty does. Let's just say that.
Yes,
they are one of the creams of the crop in the league, and them and Sherwood, kind of the 1 and 2, whatever number you want to put on them. They're usually the cream of the crop. Got a score. Newburgh also won tonight. Got their first win. I believe that was 31-14, or 31 to. Let me see if I can find it again here. Find it. Let's see. Sprague won big, 56-7 over North. Newburgh won 31-14 tonight over Sunset. So. Newburgh, of course, will come to town in a couple weeks at McMinnville for the Battle of Yamhill County. That'll be fun. Ida B. Wells, 24, Roosevelt, 15. Let's see if we have any other ones. Lake Ridge, 34, Wilsonville, 9. And they remain unbeaten. Jervis, 63-0 over Central Lynn.
Wow.
So there's been some big scores put up tonight by some teams. And unfortunately, Lebanon put up a whole bunch of points tonight, too, over McMinnville. So McMinnville needs to regroup, forget this one, put this one in the rear view mirror. Maybe you can learn a few things. Look at the tape. But on all sides of the ball, Brian, it was really just an uphill battle all night for McMinnville in Ty Tomlin's return home, so to speak. He's got a championship banner at this school for Lebanon.
That's good.
And that's a good thing. And you can see they have some talented players here. Some talented linemen and some really good skill position players. Look for Lebanon. Now that's their second win in a row, so maybe they're back on the W train, so to speak.
Well, we'll have to see. They're now 2-2. Grizzlies dropped to 2-2 as well. All right. We have to take one more break. First off, I want to say hello, Mom, and thank you.
Hi, Fran.
There you go. Our score, 40-14. Final score. Last break of the night, and then we'll say goodbye. Our score, Grizzlies lose, like I said, 40-14. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, everybody. Scott here from Big Box Returns, and can you smell it? I can. Football season is in the air, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it that Ty Tomlin is coming back as coach, and he is going to bring us to the promised land, to the victory that we all deserve. While we're waiting, come on down to Big Box Returns and buy a toaster, maybe a refrigerator, maybe a rug. Who knows? We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555.
All right, as we come back here and our final goodbye, Jeff. Next week, Liberty at home.
Yep.
It's good to be home.
It is good to be home. It's going to be a tough one.
Yes.
It's going to be a tough one. No doubt about it. But you're at home, and you're undefeated at home. You're 2-2. Not the end of the world. You haven't even played a league game yet, Brian.
Right.
Let's remember that. So, these games, while they're painful to lose, they don't hurt you in the league standings.
Lots of good football to come.
Yeah, and there's lots of good football to come. So, love to see a big crowd out there next week for McMinnville hosting Liberty. We'll be on the air, 6:45 with the pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. And I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be another nice week of weather, so that'll be fun. Be into October already. The season will be halfway done next week. Isn't that crazy?
That's really crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
It's fun. It's exciting. And we're here, and it's almost halfway done.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, well. Well, folks, glad to have you listening to us here on AM 1260 KLYC, also on YamHillToday.com. Want to thank all our sponsors, all our listeners, everyone supporting us. Dick, thanks so much back at Command Central and KLYC. And, Jeff, thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Good to be back. Yes, you will see me next week.
All right. Final score, Grizzlies lose 40-14. Don't go away. We'll be back next week.
Yes.
We'll bring you all the action here on AM 1260 KLYC. Grizzly football. It's here. We still have lots of football left. Final score, 40-14. Good night, everybody.